What's happening? What's happening? Oh man, sorry I'm late. We're just in time for the game. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Man, I'm tired. Played a little footy today. Give me 1 second. We are setting up.
A little blue mischief is landing at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We're blending up a new flavor, the Ohana Breeze Smoothie.
What's going on? Waiting for the chat to get in here. I don't know if it's all weird again. Let's see.
They're not all here. You can pay your own way. I'm still here. This is the
Oh man.
This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you know there's value in making space for your people. You want to fight.
Eat, pray, ball, YouTube. Waiting for my people to get here. It says we're live for the Nations League. What's up, my people? Hey.
Gets the start as number 9, Yamal, 20th appearance for him, 4 goals for Spain, coming off a monster season with Barcelona, and Nico Williams on that left-hand side as well. Just an absolutely stacked team with talent. Well, speaking of stacked, look no further than the French. Today, Deschamps reimagining this French team a little bit. Montpellier in the goal once again, the AC Milan goal stopper on the right-hand side. Kalulu making his debut today for France.
We got a game today, people. What's up? Uh-oh, somebody's here. Mbappe up top, Ousmane Dembélé, Doué.
Semifinal of the Euros last year, and the winner of this game goes to Munich to face Portugal Sunday. We are underway.
We're underway.
Spain La Roja wearing red. France are known as Le Bleu, but they changed instead to blanc this evening. And the first foul of the game whistle after a few seconds by Michael Oliver. Another play, another young players getting an opportunity.
Oh, welcome. You got here like right as it started.
Marino needs a moment to get back up.
That means it wasn't that far. Chat, what's happening? We're in here. Oh my goodness, man. I'm tired. What's up, chat? For some reason, my chat hasn't refreshed. So I'm seeing stuff from yesterday. But we'll see. What's up? We got Melanie in the building. You can either sit here or here. Jerome's going to come, so you can, yeah. Not right now, but you will be.
I will be?
Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. That's what I want to do. Do me a favor. I just got out of the shower. I just finished playing. So I'm here. Can you put these on hangers, and then I'm going to hang them up behind me? I need to redo my studio. For watch parties that include friends. Yeah, exactly. Fire. And I'll hang them up with you. Oh. Oh, who the fuck that is? Who parked so close? Hello? Sit down, boo-boo. Oh my gosh, this kid. This kid is unbelievable. For sure. This was like a last minute idea I had, just this what you're doing, so whatever. I don't know what's going on with my chat. I am live. And it is France. Whoever's watching, what's up? Whatever. Yeah. It's just supposed to be a background, so if I put that camera on, it doesn't look crazy. Kind of try to. Yeah, that's fine. Kylian Mbappe opening it up. Perfect. Another candidate for maybe the best player in the world right now, Dembélé, MVP of the French League and of the UEFA Champions League. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Yeesh, this is about to be a game, y'all. This is about to be a game. What's up with you? Easy drive or what? Yeah. Not crazy. Less than an hour? Yeah. A little bit. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, if I had planned this right, I would have set up in the projector room. Are you comfy? You want to kick your feet up? You want a thing for your feet? Maybe a little second. Okay. We'll do that in a second. Instagram is experiencing issues with live streaming. You can go live directly from Instagram mobile app or restream. Well, we're not going live on Instagram, y'all. Maybe if I refresh it, it won't say it. Restream. It's just like streaming. Wow.
Oh my God, fuckers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Already we are going in. Yeesh. So it did just say that. So should I not even try to go live on Instagram? So stupid. Where's my chat? There it is. Keys is in the building. Yeah, bro. Charter's got a new account apparently. Yo, I hope you guys have this game on. Oh, I'm messing up. I don't even have the score up. Hold on. Got a little distracted today. I'm not gonna lie. Hernandez just trying to guide that backwards to Mike Bagnon. Again, as long as this ball stays in play, and Michael always just waved his arms and said no, nothing. So we're going to look at it ourselves in a minute, but Gary Gilla didn't see anything there to give a penalty. What's up, y'all? Chargers isn't here today, says St. Mirren stuff, even though I feel like they're the same person, but who knows? Who knows who's trolling in the chat? It doesn't let him comment, but he said he'll try again later. Christian Leahy, enter. Brother, you are a couple days late for that, baby. It is time. We're watching France versus Spain. Pick your poison. France winning or what, Keys? Absolutely. I'm going to put the chat up here so you guys can see. Woo! And here comes Dembélé on the counterattack. Mbappe on his right. Woo!
Let's go.
Oh! Mbappe, why did you try to pass? Score the ball. Score the goal. I love it. I love what I see already. This is a game. This is already way better than yesterday's game. Shit slow and here. We're like literally seeing a master class. Oh my God. There's going to be no midfield in this game. Just. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the hair.
I know.
His face was nice.
Yeah, he's got a smooth, young. He's just come to the. Look at this. This is just one-on-one, back and forth. Wow. Restream owes me money for not being able to stream to Instagram if that's what's really happening. But my people are here on YouTube. They know. Keys, I did not find any hypervenoms, bro. I'm still looking, but as of right now, unlucky. As of right now, we're not lucky. I got my homegirl Melly Monaco in here with us. I'm about to turn on the last camera. I got a couple of my Frenchies coming to join us. That doesn't look cute. Let's see. It's not working. No Instagram today. Oh, it is working. Oh, it lied to me. You see the bottom? Yeah, it's not that cute. It's not bad. Yo.
So you have nothing in the middle?
What you mean in the middle? It's all vertical. My lives are all vertical. What's the middle? Yeah, no camera in the middle. That's a graphic. It's just, huh?
Why don't
You
you?
put a third camera?
Oh no, swap. Put the wide in the middle.
No. It's not balanced. You know, you got a graphic and then you got me on top and then you got us on top, on bottom. No? Look on Instagram. Now that it's on. Check on Instagram, I'll show you. And then you can see the comments up
Like,
here.
you know, the comments come from the bottom, so then you're cutting.
Yeah, a little bit of this. Yeah, which is actually good because I don't like the floor. I don't like that it sees the floor like that. You know?
Well, I think you should work on your wire and still put it in the middle.
But that's not the main camera. Well, check on Instagram first. So I see what you're saying, but check it. Just check it.
It's not Eat, Pray, Ball?
Eat, pray, ballin'.
Yeah, it's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're saying. What's up, people? What's up, Instagram? Matt's just got a new prisoner. Hey, yo, Just Fez. Justin was, yo, you guys, Justin is over here on Instagram. Justin, everybody's been asking for you. Ever since you took over the chat at that party on the weekend, they want you to take over everything. So we'll see. We shall see.
I just feel like
Let me see what you see.
the camera
Oh,
should
I
be
see.
here and your graphic should be at the bottom.
Okay. You think you want your she want to be on camera, guys. She want to be on
That's not what I'm
camera.
saying.
So
I'm talking about even when I'm not here. I think it's better because the chat is on the picture.
yeah,
On
the chat on Instagram is on the bottom. Well, here, switched up. We are switched up and ready to go. Did it work? No, it's not. It's not recorded on Instagram. Chat on Instagram is
Yes,
tough.
you did.
Yeah, it's just slow. You like that better?
Yes.
Melly Monaco, a professional streamer, is over here helping me with my stream. It's gonna be fire today. The next thing I got to do is get the score up. Or what?
Or even put yourself in the middle and then this one on top.
On top?
Yeah, because the middle is the main.
She's right. When she's right, chat. There it is. And here I am.
Oh my God!
Woo! Teo, we're already deep in this, boys and girls. I'm tripping. What you think?
Yeah,
What
that's
you pense?
better.
C'est mieux?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Think
But
so?
what do you think, Chad? Is this a better view? Hold on. I got Melly out here helping me out. Key said, "Whoa, Justin Pray ball coming soon." Says Keys. Says Chardich, aka Saint Mir and stuff. Teo Hernandez almost scored a banger. We're with you, Keys. We just saw it. Antonio says Mike Maignan scores a hat trick. Man is confused. Mike Maignan might end up at Chelsea next year. We excited for that. Here, you can see all this stuff here if you want to. It's right here.
Okay. Because I was looking at Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. If you want to come and be a part of the conversation, it's so much easier. Come join us. YouTube.com/@EatPrayBall. We're over here. This is a game, baby. Here, I'm gonna put the YouTube back at the bottom of the chat so you guys can see it.
Is Melly a baller though?
Melly is a baller. Shoot, we might play her highlight reel at halftime. We want to play Charditz's highlight reel, but we never see him anymore. We hope he comes back. Mike Maignan hat trick. The goalkeeper says. I had one more. I was putting the score up. You see, I got distracted. But we're here. Right. There's no favorite for this game. It's just only ballers. Ballers only.
Just to collapse on him. Out of off the ball. Cucurella, the tackles it away from Dembélé. Nico Williams. 1v3. Cuts it in. Rolls it.
1v3.
Hernandez Yamal got there in time. Mbappe with a hold up work as a center forward. He and Yamal. A little duel there. It bounces right back to Mbappe. The 8th time they played against one another.
We're seeing some real ball out here, y'all.
Nice.
We're seeing some real ball.
Real Madrid and Barcelona. And Yamal has won 6 of the 7 prior meetings between those two greats. That is fouled by Zubimendi.
Hold on, I'm getting the score up right now. Give me 1 second. We're getting it going.
It's too far for Hernandez, but he's able to keep it for France.
What is going on?
Ooh, the dummy to space for
What the
Dembélé.
fuck was
He gets
this?
away. Cucurella can't play
By
that.
himself.
Williams.
All by himself. Kicking the ball out of bounds. Scoreboard's coming, y'all. Just so you know where we're at.
He was a bit questionable coming in. Didn't play last couple weeks of the season for AC Milan. Bad thigh bruise.
If France win, who do they meet?
Team missing
Do we know?
3
Portugal.
starters.
Portugal won yesterday.
Really, what team that we're seeing right now isn't missing some key players at the moment? And he's finding
What team is missing key players? What? We got all the players we need. All right, scoreboard's coming, y'all. Wait, what am I tripping? All right, just so you guys can see where we're at. There it is. 14 minutes in, we got a game. Antonio says, if you know, I'm like the American Jurgen Klopp. Antonio seems like he's not only injured his leg, but he also injured his head. Instagram, who's over here with us? Just Fez, I'll catch you later. Going to the Dodger game with my little sis. Much love. Justin, we got to get you back over here, man. Appreciate all the love. See you guys soon. Who else is here with Instagram? If you guys are here with us on Instagram, come tap in. We're live on YouTube. I have no idea what's going on with this TV. It's pissing me off.
Tens of thousands of Spanish fans, tens of thousands of French fans.
Desiree Doué. You know him?
Spain had the edge of what we saw in
Fire.
What's his name? Still playing for Portugal?
Cristiano scored a winner like yesterday. Crazy, right?
How old is he now?
40.
That's crazy.
You can do anything when you're 40, guys. Just remember, it's not over. Nardi Soccer siblings in the building. What's up? Good to see y'all. Also, congrats Lee, on your commitment. What was that? Cal you're going to? Cal Berkeley? Baller. I might have to get you on a podcast. We talk about what it means to get to school, but we'll talk about that. Right now, it's all this game. This is the best ball probably in international football that we'll watch. Mbappe, left foot, come on. Doué's gonna go nasty. Yikes. Yikes. St. Mirren stuff. Who you say stop
I was
smiling?
smiling for a quick second.
We already got some anxiety here in the building.
Your people are going for Spain?
I don't know. What's you know what? Let's do a poll. Whoa. You know what? Hold on.
What's gonna keep them happy?
This is pissing me off already. We got I have like 5 versions of this channel. This is my jailbroken Fire Stick.
Okay.
Yo, you want to watch soccer, right? It's too tough to pay for all these networks. I'm not promoting this because I don't know where I got this from. A guy named Ralph. Ooh. But you got to get you a dodgy box, as they say in England, aka Fire Stick. Let me put up a poll and see what we really seeing. Actually, I can do that over here.
So It's a 4-2 France.
4-2 France.
Okay.
I see you, St. Mirren. I see you.
4-0 is better.
4-0 would be better. We don't. I mean, but the way Spain is, they're gonna have to score. They're gonna score. It's no doubt about it. It's crazy. The next channel I went to is lower, but we got volume in this thing.
Lower what? Lower quality?
No, like low. Yeah, you just.
Oh,
It was.
the sound?
You remember when I changed it? It was a little louder
Yeah.
before. No. We're in the lab. I'm excited. Y'all don't know. Some of y'all know, but for those who just started following me or just started popping in the streams, Melly Monaco is the OG streamer. We used to do a podcast together, set up her old studio. It was, ooh.
God!
I feel like we're gonna be saying this all game. Just ah, ah. No. Okay. That's what you don't want. You mean Lamine Yamal coming at you. When's the next FIFA stream, bro? Soon. That's all I can say. I can't tell you for sure because I don't want to keep lying to you, but I'm going to do it. I promise.
How old is the other one?
Juan Flores Sanchez says 2-2. Somebody's got to win, though. You think it's going to PKs? How old is him?
Yes.
Nico Williams? 22, I think, at this point. The other starlet. So there's a 17-year-old Lamine Yamal. You know him. And then there's Nico Williams on the left. These are the first, like, prominent black players Spain has ever. I mean, Spain's also has played some, but this is next level. This is the most prominent. And they're balling. And we love it. You already know we love it. Again, if you're watching on Instagram, you might be on delay. Don't matter. Come on, stay with us. I'm going to keep the Instagram stream going. But you want to have some fun, you want to comment, participate in the conversation, come tap in. youtube.com/@eatprayball. We're 20 minutes in already. This game's going to fly by. Look at these guys.
It's hard to see who that really came off last there, whether it was Guarino.
Who's the coach of France?
Deschamps, toujours. Mais Deschamps actually already has decided he's going to step down after next year's World Cup.
Oh, okay.
I'm praying for Zizou.
You think
If
so?
Zizou comes and coaches the national side, oh my God. Ooh! Ooh!
Let's go.
Ooh!
Come
Dribble. You got time. You got time and space. Look at Dembélé on the left.
on. Oh my
Rabio.
God.
The wrong option, for sure.
If you could beat that Spanish press, which they did just.
They're beating this press like it's nobody's business.
The run from Mbappe takes a defender wide. Now Rabio is driving right down the middle.
Yeah, he needs to go right.
There would have been 2 against 1 against Cucurella on that left-hand side for Spain.
Damn, Wiley, can't watch it. No worries, bro. Just tap in, listen in. We will let you know what's going on. We will for sure. Why can't you watch it? If you're watching the stream, you don't got time or you don't have Fox Sports. Because it's either one or the other. And I know how it is, man. Believe me. Again, I'm going to start a Patreon for next season. We're going to have the stream somewhere in the internet sphere. So just stay tapped in with me. France looks like the better team so far. Obviously, Spain's got firepower, but they don't look like they know what they're doing.
Just got enough of that one.
Every time I see this guy, Carvajal is a big player for Spain. He tore his ACL last year. He should be coming back, but he wears number 2. So when I see number 2 over here on this right-hand side, I'm like, bro, who is that? Key said, come on, bro, jinxed us for real. How'd I jinx? Who jinxed you? Wiley said, how's the game going? Wiley, this game is already in 20 minutes lived up to the hype. Oh, my God. It's a lot of offense.
Oh, my God!
Oh, and Nico Williams.
Fuck.
We got – wait a minute.
Oh, my God.
Nico Williams scored first? Somebody sent me something on Instagram. It was something like a Google search from the future.
And they say
And
will
it's
happen.
let me show you this. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Nico Williams in the 22nd minute.
That is crazy.
Y'all, look at this. It says Spain 4-3. Nico Williams in the 22nd minute.
If it's 4-3 at the end, it's going to be crazy.
Lamine Yamal scores twice in the 32nd minute and the 65th minute. Ousmane Dembélé is supposed to score next in the 25th minute. Wait a minute.
If that happened, that's crazy.
Wait a fucking minute.
That can't be possible.
First of all, attracting two defenders, putting it on a platter for him, and then left footed goes high top shelf.
What the? My boy sends it. He's like, what the fuck? Yo, what the helly?
That is crazy.
Y'all, I'm gonna post this picture because this is crazy. What is this?
It's like I told you.
What is this?
I hope not, because then we're losing.
It doesn't matter. This means that somebody's in the future. Look at this. This is crazy. Gee, he's on the Instagram right now, bro.
Was it at the same minute?
He said, I was doing the countdown. It was at the same minute. Nico Williams, 22nd minute. If Dembélé scores in 2 minutes,
That's crazy.
I might shut this stream off because this is a simulation, bro. What in the actual helly? Look at this. I'm gonna post it to my Instagram account. I'll post it up here at halftime. If Dembélé scores, what is going on?
That
What
would be crazy.
the actual helly?
It's coming.
No, it's not coming. Fred, what are you doing, Konate? What is going on?
And the TV shut down.
Yo, the TV's going haywire. Something is going on, bro. All right, it's the 24th minute. Dembele's got about 30 seconds to score, but Mbappe loses the ball. It looks like Spain's more likely to score.
Exactly.
Tackle this man. What are y'all doing? Nico Williams rushing forward. Pedri.
That would be insane.
That would be insane. What the hell? I'm at the 24th minute, 24:49. You can see my clock right here. Oh, no. Oh, wait, what?
Stop.
What in the hell, bro? What in the hell? Okay, well, all right, at least the guy's not from the prediction's off. France can score 2 goals, so it's fine, but this is wild from France right now.
What the fuck are they doing?
What is going on?
Wow.
Y'all, I have to change my match time because the TV just skipped. I'm actually at...
Now his 2 assists, but watch how you see his striker that's not a traditional 9.
So I say the TV knows it's a simulation.
The TV knows it's a sim. Well, it's not a sim anymore, y'all. I think the aliens controlling the simulation saw that we saw the future, and they said, no, we got to stop this. Sorry, y'all. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I really have been thinking we're in a simulation for the last couple of years. I'm not going to play ever since COVID. So at least this is like taking me out of that headspace, and now I just want to watch the game. But what the helly? What the helly? Speaking of which. All right. I'm throwing up a poll on YouTube.
Well, 2-0, 26 minutes. I'm like, the fuck?
I know. But look, the poll's going to be up here all game. We're going to see what we say. It's only 2 goals, yo. If it's one thing we know about France, they have offensive firepower. But those goals are wild. Man, I wanted to see a Portugal-France final. Like,
stop saying it's over.
Okay,
already.
it's not over. It's not over. But I'm just, I don't know. That thing that G sent me discombobulated me. I'm so fucked up right now. Nico Williams in the 22nd minute was crazy. Let's go, Mbappe. No way, referee. This guy Lamine is next level. Don't get demonetized. Wiley, why do you say that?
For saying simulation.
Simulation. Yo, if you guys can do one thing for me, go ahead and like this. If you are on the YouTube right now, go ahead and click that thumbs up button.
Why somebody clowning you talking about I don't think he's even monetized?
Yo, Saint Mirren stuff. Saint Mirren stuff. Yikes.
He's monetized.
Or am I? Sheesh. I don't know. Of course I'm monetized. Come on. That's why I need you guys to like this. I need y'all in the chat, everybody, to like this right now. Oh my God, I turned monetization off for this. It's on now, baby. It's on now. Best you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's Albanian Peninsula final. Oh, Iberian Peninsula final. Yeah. Portugal and Spain. Okay, this guy, Eric Wiley. It's the 30th minute, brother. St. Mirren stuff said I already liked it. Again, everybody in the chat, go ahead and help me out. Do me a favor. Throw your likes in. Okay, I need to calm down. We all need to calm down. This is crazy. It's right. Oh my God.
You guys be coming here waiting to watch Friends.
Right, to watch Friends lose. Melly Monaco only comes to bring bad luck to France. Every other time.
They can still win.
Who said? All right. Calm it down. France, it's because of what I said. I said France are already, whatever. I'm going to shut up. We're just going to watch. It's still a game. That 22-minute thing is still like, I was shaking for a second. I was shaking. Look at your daughter. Nuts.
It's you.
It's not me.
It's you allowing it.
Look how crazy that is. Get up here. Get up here. Y'all, baby the French bully. She's a PSG supporter. I don't know if she's a France supporter.
Of course she is.
Of course she is. Where did I even see the Google search keys? My boy G sent it to me on Instagram just before the game. And I laughed. I was like, man, I would love to see that. It would at least be a good game. Good shot. Good shot. At least do a shooting.
How would you love to see that with France losing?
It's a Nations League. I'm not tripping.
How?
This ain't the World Cup. It's a big game for sure. But it was 4-3. That means it would have been a really good game.
Losing.
Come here. Get up. Oh, Keys. That's why he said I jinxed it. You're right. I did jinx it. But I think I jinxed it for the better.
Why?
I turned off the Truman Show. Not only did I turn off the Truman Show, now actually France has a chance to win.
Come on up.
Imbo! Ah, putain. I mean, we got a game, guys. We got a game.
You got to come back one.
Right now, 50% of y'all say Spain. So you guys are still, yeah, only 50. It's not bad. Should I just throw up the YouTube chat instead?
That's what I thought you would do.
Yeah. We got one more.
That's what's his name?
Yeah, you want to get him? Okay. We got one more Frenchie coming to add energy to the chat, baby. This is serious.
His 49th appearance seems to be the fourth goalkeeper in Spain's history to play 50 games.
You didn't even know.
Okay,
that you were
finalement.
losing.
Finalement. No.
I was like on the phone and I didn't have time to listen on the radio.
Yeah.
But what's going on?
We need your energy, brother. Baby, calm. We need more energy.
My God.
The boy Jerome's in the building. He's back from yesterday. He's so nice. He had to come twice.
Without iPad.
No Diddy. Without the iPad this time. So no. Whoa.
Sound is better than yesterday, right?
Sound is better than yesterday. We had sound issues yesterday. All kinds of weird stuff going on.
I don't remember if I locked my car.
You're fine. It's a great neighborhood. I'm playing. It's not that great of a neighborhood. Here it is. Do it. Referee. Lamal, that's a yellow card if not red. For sure could be a red.
It's okay, baby.
Thank you.
For sure. Okay, I'll keep it on me in the middle.
So what's going on?
So it's the game we expected. It's
Yeah.
back and forth.
All right.
There's probably been 6 to 7 shots on goal each. France was dominating for maybe all of 5 minutes. And then Spain scored. It was against the run of play, but again, it was dominant. But then a friend of mine sent me this on Instagram. Nico Williams scored at the 22nd minute. He sent me this. It's a Google search for this game. And so when we saw this, we freaked out because we were like, oh, wow. This right? But it didn't happen because they scored a second goal. So we're not in a simulation.
And also France gonna win.
And France gonna win. There it is. France. Exactly. We're not saying France no more. C'est France toujours.
C'est France.
C'est France.
Oh my God.
Telling you. We got a game going. Keys said we're so behind. What minute are we at? We're at 32, 29.
We have such a great team. What's going on?
They're a good team too.
Are they playing differently? They're not playing defense like.
What is going on with the feed, bro?
Actually playing through a wrist injury.
30. Oh, it's what minute are we at? No, 34-11. Yeah. This Fox Sports feed is just not the best, but we're making it do.
There's 2 channels, remember?
Yeah, I did the other one first. It was bad too.
What have you seen in the response?
But I'll switch if it
France
keeps
in
clicking.
the 10 minutes now since Spain's second goal.
Ibrahim, he's back on the soccer field, bro. Awesome. Glad to hear. Wait, I know why Chardon's Carmen's weren't working. He knew what would happen. Jerome without the iPad is the rarest sight ever. Keys, what minute are you at? I'm just curious. He said he's 35-27. He said that a minute ago. So, yeah, we're about a minute and a half behind. Okay.
iPad is in the car. If you second half would have it. iPad will be a part of it.
Yeah. iPad will be back. It's a part of the lore. It's a part of the stream now. Ibrahim, free Palestine. We're with you, brother. I can't tell you. I can't say that other comment because I'll definitely get demonetized. If they score 3, we might have to go get something to eat or something. Yo, what is up with the defense?
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
They're shook. Like, they didn't think it could go like that.
Is that Dembélé?
Yeah,
Mbappe is not there.
Mbappe is up top. So Dembélé,
Mbappe.
Olise, Doué, and then Mbappe right there.
It's a rare opportunity for them to be starting together. Both starting center
T'arrives à quelle heure, toi? T'as mis la petite main sur le cœur, t'as chanté la Marseillaise?
Non.
Non?
Le match allait commencer quand je chantais.
T'as chanté la Marseillaise?
Non, je sais pas les
paroles.
Oui. Okay, here's YouTube.
Keeping France very far away from the goal or forcing them to be very predictable in the attack.
He said the scoreboard says 1-0. Good call. I was hoping for the best. Hoping they take it back. Allez, Paris. Thank you, Keys. We know you're here with us. Usman! Whoa! Yo, this keeper is having a time. This keeper is playing out of his mind, actually. Are you okay? Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Okay. I need to sit on a pillow. I'm like an old man now.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a good shot too.
It's a good dribble.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna put this up at halftime.
Yeah.
A poll.
You know what I mean?
Because Jerome believes in his heart of hearts that Dembele is a better dribbler than Mbappe, and I don't know.
Je connais pas assez Dembélé.
Yeah.
Parce qu'on le met pas en
You
lumière.
will
Because it's not in the light, it's always in the shadow.
always
Mbappe.
of him. Yeah.
Like, no, the real one, no.
I mean, the real ones know Dembele,
That's what I'm saying.
but the real ones know Mbappe too, and that's why I don't understand what this team is doing. Right?
Not only two players, huh?
And Doué, and Olise, and
Where's Conte?
yeah, exactly,
The best player
exactly.
is not there.
Good tackle. Whoa, referee!
Mais jamais de la vie.
Oh my God, this is what we're having to deal with. Same here and stuff said we did that poll yesterday. Yeah, I want to make sure. So far, 62% of y'all here saying Spain, which is wild.
Because they see 2-0.
And there's only 8 votes. I don't believe you guys. Yeah. He said, "Am I gonna watch LAFC Chelsea, bro? Absolutely. I'm flying to Atlanta next week. I have content coming. I'm gonna work in conjunction with this really dope creative agency called Black Arrow. If you don't know them, check them on Instagram. It's gonna be a good thing. I'm gonna do a Father's Day thing. I'm gonna take my dad to the game. It's gonna be dope." Eric Wiley, who is an Mbappe hater, he says absolutely Dembele is better. Yeah, we need to calm down. Let me ask, who has a Champions League trophy? Let me ask this, Wiley. Who has a World Cup final hat trick? There's levels. There's levels. Who also has a World Cup best player? Hey, stop it. Stop asking for attention. Get over here. Then sit down. Yeah, exactly. Eric Wiley says Mbappe is overrated. The feelings. You got to go facts over feelings. I'm telling you, chat. Chris Ramirez 99 says Spain's going to win. It'll make it all so sweet. I'm going to pin this comment for the end of the game.
I'm not surprised with Chris Ramirez.
Ooh, Keys says Dembele's dribbling is better than Mbappe's.
Thank you, Keys.
Thank
you, Keys. This guy is French, by the way.
Which one?
Le Normand.
Oh, Le Normand. Wait. They have two.
He took the Spanish flag.
They have Le Normand and they have L'Anglais. Both kind of French Catalonian. Ooh.
Le Normand's from Brittany, I think.
Le Normand's from Brittany?
Yeah, it's from Brittany. It's from Irish.
Where's Griezmann from?
Northwest.
Who? Griezmann.
Griezmann is like...
he's south, right?
Griezmann, I think... I don't know.
Oh!
I don't remember where he's from.
Yo, Lamine Yamal is next level. For him to even find that ball. Come, Olise. Do something. Yes. To Mbappe. Dembele. Oh, do it. I will say this is the first time this team is playing together, this French team. Doué has not even been on the French call-up before.
So why is he on the field?
Because he blew up this year. He had a great Olympics. This is actually not his first French call-up, but they had one other time when the other players weren't playing. So this team is getting to know each other, while Spain, they won the Euro together.
Boom! Try.
Good ball. Left foot chip. Oh, good
my
try.
God.
He chipped it. No, it was good. It was good.
He knew it.
The keeper is smart. The
He knew
keeper
it,
is
yeah.
playing. The keeper is really playing. Shav T. Javi T. Hav T says, France going to pull it back, I'm telling you. There it is. You're watching a French group right here. French American. If today Keith says Dembele clears.
Whatever.
Spain has Yamal and Pedri. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen Pedri once this game. There is no midfield in this game. Rabiot, Pedri, Kone, we don't see him.
Marino first to the loose ball, long leg, on contact, free kick coming for Spain.
Keys says, if you're comparing him to prime Mbappe, there's no discussion. Wait, is Mbappe not prime right now? I think you guys are confusing prime with positional. You know, Mbappe's had to do the Ronaldo transition and turn into a 9. Longley is, but he's from. Let me double check this. Yeah, you're gonna fact check me? ChatGPT.
I'm not there doing that. Bro.
No. I need that.
No. This guy, I forgot his name.
Ozabayal and Due are scoring. Offside, bro. We were like, what? How? Where's the defense?
That's such a beautiful.
Do I need to suit up and get my French passport? And where are the center backs? Oh, it's off.
So well done.
It's off, but yeah, wow. That would have been game over, not gonna lie. Hav Turner says, I got it in Aka with France to win. Bro, I can't read that far. What is an Aka? He's here now. He's here in the YouTube. España hizo mel. BT.
Where is it? Where is it? Where's
España hizo mel.
No, but where's like the previous comment?
About what?
Previous comment, like
Ozabayal and Due scored.
You couldn't read it.
Oh, this is Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
So we're live on Instagram as well. It looks frozen, but it's still up.
Where's the comment?
It's at the very bottom. I got an Aka with France to win. I don't know what it is. Life is Evan plugging in the last minute with the scoreboard already up 2-0. And he says,
Look.
Let me see. Nah, give it to Mbappe. Ooh, Dembélé says,
yes!
Me. Yo, this keeper is going crazy right now. He's earning a spot somewhere. Yeah, wide. Shoot it wide. It's tough though.
But you know what's good?
Huh?
He played for himself this time.
Yeah, and I like that too. Dembélé needs to show that he's that guy too. That was the issue with PSG. It was like if Mbappe's the only man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, Unai Simon, he's not gonna be at Athletic Club next year. I guarantee you. Shit, he might be at Chelsea. This performance. C'est quoi? It's beef jerky?
T'as ramené du beef jerky?
Ah, amenez le beef jerky!
Amenez le beef jerky!
Amenez le beef jerky! Comment dire beef jerky en français?
N'existe pas.
N'existe pas.
La viande séchée.
Oh.
Le babac séché.
Okay. Le bœuf. Petit bœuf. Unai Simon always performs for Spain, says Keys. Yeah, bro, Javi. I'm calling you Javi. Jav T. I don't know what I'm calling you, but Javi is what I'm calling you. Welcome, bro. Make sure you subscribe, man. Welcome to the chat. Do I think Mbappe this year is better than him in 2022? No, but it's not because Mbappe was more prime. It's just because Mbappe just switched clubs. There's a lot of things that happen. I will say Mbappe might have scored more goals this year than he did in 2022. So if we're talking striker,
40 goals in the first year in the club?
40 goals in the first year in the club, that's prime, bro. That's prime. It just doesn't look good when you're not winning.
With the pressure.
Petit pois.
With the pressure, by the way.
With the pressure.
Because he was having a lot of pressure that day.
Dembélé hasn't had to face the pressure, and hopefully he never will because now he's sharing it.
He had it in Barcelona.
Oh, he did have it in Barcelona. Facts.
Wow, one shoulder.
One shoulder is the difference.
That's all it takes. Allez, vas-y.
Essaye. No. Keys, Mbappe is proving your point right now, and I don't like it. Bro, play the game. Man trying to shoot from 40 yards out with 6 people in front of him. Bro, how is it halftime already?
One pass.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that's currently the best team in the world.
This is the best team on earth right now. Certainly the best team in Europe, Spain. Yeah, they beat France in the Euros in the semifinals last year.
And they won.
And won the whole game. So it was always going to be a tense game.
But why was the striker already? I forgot his name. Because he's not playing today.
Morata.
He's not there anymore.
I don't think he's ever going to play the way they play. They're playing that.
But Morata is no longer in the team, right?
Right.
No?
No.
He retired?
I don't think he got called up. Is Morata, chat, keep me honest, yo, because I'm just saying stuff. Is Morata in the selection? I don't see him. I don't see him on the bench. Oh, he is. He's on the bench.
He was the captain.
32-year-old captain striker, but Spain clearly play better with a false nine. Chris Ramirez says, where are you guys watching it? I'm watching it at VIX. We're watching it on Fox Sports 1, brother. You should watch some of Chardich's edits. St. Mirren stuff. If you admit that you are Chardich, we're going to put your edits on right now. Switch Dembélé and Mbappe. Dembélé does better pressing. Product of Luis Enrique. I got to see some edits. I've not seen some in ages on this stream. St. Mirren stuff. I've only seen you twice on this stream. Wow. 2-0. Keys, this is a great question, and the short answer is absolutely. And we're going to be on stream. So definitely. We got a doubleheader today, guys. It's a silent doubleheader because I didn't announce it, but for sure we're watching Brazil play Ecuador in Ancelotti's debut tonight. That game is at 5 p.m. West Coast time. Let me double check. That game's at 4 p.m. West Coast time. Tripping. So definitely tune in. That's a great question, Keys, for sure. This beef jerky is fire. We're not even sponsored, but old Trapper, old-fashioned beef jerky. Hey, yo. Old Trapper.
You're going to have jerky, guys.
C'est quoi t'as besoin?
C'est ce dont tu as besoin.
C'est dont?
C'est ce dont.
C'est ce dont. Oh, c'est ce dont tu as besoin.
C'est ce dont tu as besoin.
It's suddenly what you need.
C'est tout ce dont tu as besoin.
C'est tout ce dont tu as besoin. Voilà. I just want you guys to know that this stream is switching to French very soon. I'm practicing so that I can go over to Paris and do some reporting. Tyler.
I don't know no celebrity.
Elle est belle.
Water.
Tu connais?
Oh,
tu connais?
yeah.
Make me sweat. Make me.
She got one song?
No, elle a beaucoup. Damn. If I wanted to demonetize, I would play some Tyler right now. It's vibes. But we're going to keep the music short at this halftime. Key said, let's go. Yeah. For anybody sticking around, we are watching Brazil versus Ecuador. It is a big football day.
Hey,
international time.
Switch Dembélé. Dembélé needs time to warm up, bro.
Dembele's getting there. No, he's saying Dembélé needs to go up top so he can press.
Does better pressing.
Yeah.
I don't know if like Deschamps ever get Dembélé press.
St. Mirren stuff. We're gonna miss you, but we'll see you. Key said, "Am I fluent? Do you think I'm fluent, guys?
No.
Conversational.
You're not fluent.
I'm not fluent.
You're conversational.
I'm not even fluent in English.
And that's an area where France can really cause problems.
I think Ecuador is gonna surprise Brazil. Caicedo in the middle is gonna ball out.
mais pourquoi tu fais la passe là? C'est là, faut la mettre.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Non. C'est la première fois qui essaie de passer. Mais yeah, il faut marcher. There's a lot of these. Look at this. We're watching the highlights back, just catching Jerome up on what he's missed. And he's missed a lot of attempts on target. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Let's take a look right now. 54% possession to France. 13 total shots to France, to Spain's 9. 4 shots on target for Spain. 5 shots on target. Qui? Oh, Nico Williams. Il est beau. Yeah, people. Yeah, yeah, club. The Arsenal striker, who is actually a midfielder. Spain play way better with a team full of midfielders on the field. Regal, Doué. Yeah.
They were never able to have somebody playing like Raul in Spain.
Exactly. Spain has not had a top tier Raul-esque striker. No, David Villa. David Villa. I play Raul.
What was his name? He was playing in Liverpool also.
Who? Santi Cazorla? No,
He was
a striker.
Blonde guy.
Oh, Torres. My bad. Disrespectful. Torres, the Chelsea boy. They say he's a Liverpool boy, but he's really a Chelsea boy because who did he win the Champions League with? Exactly. Fernando Torres is a Chelsea boy. So Spain has had prolific strikers, but we haven't seen one in what? Peut-être 10 ans, 15 ans, 10 or 15 years. We haven't seen him.
What was this guy? Who was Brazilian and the Spanish nationality? Costa?
Diogo. Oh, I forgot about Diego Costa. Okay. Plus que 8 ans.
This one was nasty.
Yeah, Diego Costa is a different type of striker, man. Something that Spain.
I think that everybody's afraid.
But he's really Brazilian. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they're afraid of him. Diego Costa is not the traditional Spanish player. He's basically Brazilian.
I don't know if I would say that. Well, I'll say he was definitely South American.
Yes, he's very South American, very physical, can get nasty, can get in your face, but very good touch, very clean, very relaxed. And speaking of strikers, we got a Brazilian striker. Endrick did not make the selection this time around, but I'm telling you guys, and I already think Ancelotti is one of the best. No, I already think Ancelotti is the best manager in club football. But if he doesn't play Endrick or call Endrick up, it's going to be a problem. Endrick is a baller. Samir and stuff is saying, what's up, guys? I'm back. I'm Chartage. My friend let me on his account for now. You don't have to play around with us, Chartage. I don't know what this game is.
You say Diego Costa before? It was before in the chat. Or we did a synchro.
Yeah. No. Wiley's right. The chat's always 10 seconds delayed.
To who you say that, man?
Zapti's pulling out his best French. Oh, wait. No, I'm not going to put that up there.
No, Zapti, that's not good.
Oh, no. He said someone told him France are irrelevant.
Oh, my God.
Et puis, il a dit ta gueule.
Where you guys are putting all that slang. That's all you know about it.
Yeah, man.
You're bad. You're bad, guys.
No, Zapti. Il est français.
They're bad. You agree with what the guy was saying? I know you were not listening, but he was talking about Mbappe, talking about he's not present right now.
Oh, who said that?
Yeah, he's not.
Probably Wiley.
The black guy. The black guy.
Oh, on the. No, I don't. No, I don't think he's not present. I just think it's overloaded a little bit.
What do you think about Mbappe? He's well, where is he?
Yeah, he's there. You didn't see him take 3 shots on target? What are we talking about?
Chris Ramirez, I could not agree more with you now.
Nah, the best manager was Zizou. Facts. But Zizou, he kind of got his 3 with Madrid and went out. Ancelotti has won Champions Leagues with multiple teams, multiple clubs. All of that, comes into play for sure. But Zizou was there.
By the way, Zizou was not remanaging the team. He was letting them play. They all say that.
So does Ancelotti. Ancelotti lets them play.
No, that's not true.
But Zizou,
That's not true.
Zizou walks into a locker room and says, "Look, if you play well, I'll let you play. If not, I'm Zizou. You can't talk shit about anything. I'm better than you." I think that's what he does. And I think he needs to come to this team because this France team is stacked and do the same thing. I like Deschamps. I know you love Deschamps.
I love Zizou.
And Deschamps is probably the best coach in France history.
I love Zizou.
And we love Zizou too. Of course. Bien sûr, nous. Of course. The master, the maestro.
Actually, I would like also Arsene Wenger to be like an actual coach.
Nah.
Yes, man.
Toage. It's too
trollage.
he's out of touch.
And-
He's
and-
sitting there talking about the offside rule. He wants to change. You know, he works for the.
What about Ancelotti? It's not too old, man.
Not yet. Maybe if he doesn't bring Indrick into this Brazilian team,
Biased.
he's way too old.
Biased.
Nah, I mean, no. Hold on, Alexa. How old is Carlo Ancelotti? We're gonna solve this right now.
Carlo Ancelotti is 65 years old.
65.
You have a new
Alexa.
notification.
How old is Arsene Wenger?
Arsene Wenger is 75 years old.
Hell no, Toaje. That's what I mean.
10
75, 10 years.
10 years difference.
10 years, and he hasn't coached in a long time. Ancelotti just won Champions League 2 years
All
ago.
right.
All right. You see,
Okay.
Mon Frere, he's illogical. He sees it and he goes with it. He recognizes. Diego Costa is Brazilian for real. Keys is my Brazilian baller who's in the chat, and he knows. I let him speak to anything Brazil because it's all facts. Ball knowledge is top. Hold on, what happened to the sound? Did I do that? Are y'all thirsty? It's halftime. I'm about to get something to drink. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave them in here. I'm gonna take you guys with me. But they're gonna read the chat, and I'm gonna go do our usual halftime routine and get something to drink. No, I'm trying to skinny out. I'm trying to get. No, I can't do snacks anymore. I'm too fat. I just eat. All right, guys. Let's make a move. St. Mirren stuff. Play your edits. Chart it. If you weren't playing on this account, it would be easier to load up your edits. But you're right. We do got to load up your edits. It's a little too late in this halftime break period. So what we're gonna do is I promise you, and I'm not playing because I don't care about monetization after the stream is over. It's just while the stream is going and people pop in. So we'll play your edits at the end of the stream, and that is a promise. So you should stick around. Ancelotti is about 95, says Paul Roger. They'll probably rob your stuff while you're gone. That's why I got you guys looking, because we got the camera on them still. Don't let them steal nothing, okay? None of, especially my Drogba jerseys. They had CR7, Bale, Ramos, Marcelo, Nacho, Benz. Yeah, they were balling. But still, no coach in the history of anything has three-peated Champions League. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. All right, let's see what we got in here. You know what we're going to do, actually? I'm not going to do a smoothie or tea today. I'm just going to get some I just played this morning, and I was late coming to the stream, so I had to shower really quickly, set up the stream. So I'm just going to get some water. I don't know if you guys mess with Liquid IV, but I'm telling you, I swear by it. Liquid IV. If you guys are young ballers, I was talking to a young baller today. He's 27. It's not that young, but it's young. And he's just talking about how he's got bad knees and XYZ. Bro, you have to stretch. It's so important to you. Hold on, I can't even put you anywhere. Let's put you right here. So important to stretch. So important to ice if you feel any kind of pain. These are all things. Listen to the OG. It's stuff that people used to tell me too. And I'm telling you, I didn't listen. But what I do is I use carbonated water because I just can't drink normal water. I'm just weird like that. So I use carbonated water. I pour this Liquid IV in it. This joint right here. Yeah. Lifesaver. Hydration multiplier. Immediately makes you feel better. You got to do everything to make your body feel better. You know, we got Cristiano playing till 40. We know how much effort he puts in. We know he stretches. We know he works out. All of that. They had Mohamed Salah is still in the Ballon d'Or race. Antonio is a Liverpool fan. I'll give you that. But nah, bro. Nah. And it's not because he didn't have an amazing season. It's because there was so much promise for so much more, and he just lost too much. You know what I mean? Like, it would have actually helped if they weren't in the Champions League or something. I don't know. Zizou won UCLs and Rose, facts. Keys, facts. Stamped me, validated me. Spain and France starting now. We're back. Okay. I'm glad you guys said that. I'm going to take this one thing. You know what I also use is Mio. Delicious. It's like a little water enhancer. Oh, I'll have to take it with me. All right, let's get back to the stream. Baby, we're not going outside yet. We're watching the game. I know you only like Paris. Baby, the French bully. She's coming. The game has started. My chat, y'all. Y'all keeping me. My chat was like, the game starting back up. Get back in here. Ooh. We're back. Kitchen cam goes hard. My boy Shavi T in this thing. Appreciate you, bro. Welcome to the stream. Antonio says Salah's not Ballon d'Or, he's Balloon d'Or. Balloon d'Or race. The best of them.
You saw one of the officials talking to Spanish players, pointing at his shoulder. I mean, Spain was a shoulder length away from being 3-0 up. What if France have to fix in the second half?
Right, France just need to finish. That's it. It's a back and forth game. What do we think about Lamine Yamal's hair, y'all?
Get themselves really back into this game.
Some changes for our side.
Chris Ramirez, I'm the one. Hey, appreciate you, Chris. Chris, I feel like this is the first time I've seen you in this chat too. So if you haven't, what is going on? If you haven't subscribed, bro, make sure you subscribe. We do watch parties all the time. We got another watch party coming down later today. We're watching Brazil. Tap on in. It's a fun time. Never watch alone. Right, Antonio? You'll never watch alone. Did you get the intro? I'm charted, but we hear you, Saint Mary and stuff. I didn't get the intro. Did you tag me? Paul Rogers said, Salah playing in the toughest league in the world and putting up big numbers. That is facts, Paul Rogers. But much like we all know, Champions League what gets you Ballon d'Or. So if we want to talk Ballon d'Or, you gotta talk Champions League. Otherwise, we need to take some of those Ballon d'Ors away from Messi and Cristiano because they've been playing in a 2-horse race league. This man talking about Mbappe is present.
Look, he just done one thing.
I'm just saying, he's not hiding. Whoa!
Il y a personne.
Yes, but no, Dembélé it's a lot, man. Yeah, it was Dembélé, but he just missed. Bro.
Look.
Throughout the entire first half for France.
Nobody. Dembélé.
And second.
Yeah, no second wave. Mais mettez les jambes. So Kalulu's come in. Who's come off? I think Desiree Doué is still on. Oh, Rabiot come off. No. Oh no, Kalulu's been playing right back this whole time, and I just have been off. No sub. If I could stamp this, I would. I'm starring this. I don't know what that does, but it's pinned. Oh! Encore Dembélé!
He couldn't have it.
I know. He did, mais juste. Que veut dire jeter les jambes, jeter ton corps?
No. The ball was not good. Yeah. The ball was too far.
Should I switch to the other channel, or is it okay?
Nah, it's
okay.
Let it warm up.
Let it warm up. It's warm. It's burning. Wiley, another stamp, another validation from that. Recovery is cream. King. Roll out, stretch, warm up, breathe, work, hydrate. Bro, if there's anything even more than stretching, drinking water. Drinking liquid IV if you can't stand the taste of water, like a weirdo like me. You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta be peeing clear. Clear piss. I actually posted a video like that. It didn't do too well, but clear piss is the piss you want.
They sold just shy of 17,000 tickets directly through the French Federation to French
Okay.
That's more than the Federation of
I'd say Doué right now, but overall, so far, I'd say Yamal. So close from France. Facts. Every day I wake up and check if there's a stream that day. My dog charted. Hey, if you click the bell at the top and put on reminders, you'll get a reminder of all these streams. I'm telling you. Xavi T said it's gonna go to extra time 100%. I'm not gonna highlight that comment just because Key said I jinxed it last time, so I'm just gonna cool out. We're just gonna watch and hopefully it's a good game.
3-game all-time meeting between these countries dating back to 1922. Spain and
Oh, je pense à 10 ans. Avec Jesse. C'était longtemps.
Regardez ça, regardez ça.
I thought it was supposed to be slightly yellow. No, Havti, white. White is the best P you want. I'm over here giving P advice. Would you say as well? This guy is the guy who really knows. This guy is Mr. Fitness. He's my big brother on this. I told him when you're trying to hydrate, you want your P to be very clear. Good tackle. Good tackle. No, referee. Referee. It's all ball, referee. He touche pas. He did not need to scissor him, though. Why did he scissor him?
Because he's tall.
Regal, first of all, why are you turning the ball over? This is good from Rabiot. Oh, shit. He's not offside. No, it's a tackle. It's a tackle. Look, he gets the ball. He cuts around.
No, it's a fault. It's a fault. Yeah, it's a fault.
Fuck.
So I think it's absolutely a penalty. That offside is going to
It's a terrible
All right, we need to draw the offside lines.
It's a fucking terrible game.
This game sucks, yo.
By the way, in the chat, they're right. There's such a thing as overhydrated. You can damage your kidney by doing such a thing. So yeah, you have to be careful. However, you don't overhydrate if you drink like good clear water with lemon juice or yuzu juice and sea salt.
Yuzu juice and sea salt. Did you hear that?
That's
straight
like,
from the horse's mouth.
That's like
there's such thing as overhydration.
Good free electrolyte, almost free electrolyte, man.
Yeah, I pay for my electrolytes, and it's expensive.
Don't
Liquid IV
is
so expensive.
What?
Yeah, liquid
don't pay
IV.
for that shit.
Okay, don't pay for it.
Liquid IV got sugar in it.
He called a penalty after watching VAR.
Of course.
I think my Instagram has ended. I'm going to restart it because maybe I shouldn't. I will say Rabiot did not need to tackle like that either. He could have just slid in front of him. Look, you can slide. He was going to cut back. He was going to cut back.
Look, I don't think he had the intention to scissor him.
Yeah.
I think he's just like too tall.
He just, yeah. He kicked the ball away with his left foot, so that was the scissor. But the right foot was the one that fouled him. And they're letting Lamine Yamal take it.
Which is not a good idea.
Lamine Yamal is next level right now, so he's going to score. Can France come back from 3-0?
If there were like waiting for a rivalry today between Yamal and Mbappe, we can already say before the end of the game that Yamal won.
Absolutely. The thing is, guys, this rivalry thing that we're searching for, this Cristiano versus Messi, we got to let it go.
Not happening.
We got to let great players be great. They're 10 years apart. They're in different generations. There's no rivalry, you know? Mbappe was a young starlet.
There's not even a story yet.
There's not even a story. Now, they both are in Spain, so the story can come. But right now, Lamine's teams are just better than Mbappe's teams. And this is a goal. He's going top left. I know it.
Top right.
Oh, bottom right. Sheesh. That's 3-0, and that seems like blouses. That seems like game blouses. It's going to be Spain and Portugal. We're still here, though, because France have to score.
At least we have no beef jerky.
I don't know why he's on the bench.
No, you know why he's on the bench.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're right.
I want to see Barcola.
And they're up there playing.
Is he there?
Bradley Barcola is on the bench.
No.
because of Doué. So you got Doué, Dembélé, Mbappe. It's just too much right now. And clearly it's the defense that needs to clean up, or the midfield. Too many turnovers.
So he's coming out.
No, they're just calling his name. Huh? Ori Toto. Where do you see that?
It's 50-50.
Oh, Ori Toto said hi.
Hi.
Yo, I'm not seeing your comments. Or did I miss them? Oh yeah, no, I missed them.
Dembélé Ballon d'Or. Dembélé Ballon d'Or every day.
Send them off. Chris Ramirez. This isn't going as expected at all. Keys. Roma K12. Excited about the Spain turn up. Oh man. Chris said it was 50-50, but I feel like, Chris, you're just hoping that France do better. Terrible game, says Paul Rogers. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What the fuck are they doing?
This game is over, bro.
I feel like Milan.
This is just
That's
Do
the
Not
embarrassing
Disturb.
now. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
This is embarrassing, y'all.
Terrible game, indeed.
This is embarrassing.
It's gonna be total opinions for the final, though.
Yeah.
Spain, Portugal.
Who's better, Jude or Pedro? Look at Chris trying to change the subject. Well, he means Pedri, not Pedro.
Dembuzi. Gendouzi?
No, Dembele, Dembus, which is this is crazy.
With the poll, 60 votes.
16 votes. Who's winning this? I'm sure it's Spain at this point. I mean, we know now for facts.
Who's like participating to the poll after they get 4-0?
Yeah, I gotta switch the poll
Come
up.
on, stop.
I'm taking this poll down because it's not necessary anymore.
France is still winning this.
How is
I'm
France
in
getting
total
scored on?
denial, but like
It's crazy, bro. What a goal, though.
That's a nice bag.
You know who should have done that? Dembele in the first half. He had the same opportunity. Sheesh. Did you see my comment before? I said if it gets 4-0, you should watch the edits.
I don't understand.
Look at this. Why are we keep losing the ball? This is another goal.
I mean, they can go for 10, man.
They can go for 10. This ain't FIFA. Wow. This is trash. I don't think I want to go on
There's a
Instagram
problem.
anymore.
There's a problem with defense. What are you talking about?
No, for sure. There's a problem defense. There's a
That is your job. You have to do that. You have to go there. You have to do it. I'm serious. You
He's
cannot
right.
let it go.
He's right. When you're right, you're right. You can't be a sore loser, huh? France versus the champions.
There's still 35 minutes.
Just one reaction at least, guys.
Just one reaction. We need a reaction for this TV.
This is Fox. We're like already complaining about Fox.
Fox is trash, man. I cannot wait till we're done with Fox.
Tell me, where is his great skill now?
Who, Mbappe?
Yeah, look.
Mbappe on 4 people and dribbles and gets a penalty? What you mean, tell me where is his great skill? Thank you. This is what Mbappe does. What you mean, no Pedro?
All right, I should shut up.
He
now.
beat all 4 of you. What are you guys talking about? Why are y'all complaining? Y'all didn't complain when Lamine got scissored. No, that's inside the box. What are we talking about? Just get
Send
one
your
back.
Stuff.
It is inside.
4-0. We're not going to.
He moves past him.
Go 4-1.
Yeah, it's inside.
And he gets pulled down. Inside. Yeah, it's a foul. Mbappe does sell it. Not going to lie.
I don't care.
We need more of that, Mbappe. We need more of close control and power and speed.
He knows.
Yeah.
That is going back to Spain after.
Yeah. And he knows he's going to, you know what? One thing we haven't seen Mbappe have to face yet, but he will absolutely, is the Spanish racism. He's going to definitely, it's been all Vinny Jr., but he's going to get some of that. But it's going to be a little less if they keep getting their ass whooped.
There's no place on earth.
That's true, too. Spain is like crazy.
So it's false, man.
Yeah, man.
Left. Yes, I
That's
say
one. That's one. Good
okay,
call.
go.
That's one. Let's go. At least Mbappe can get on now.
Well done.
Paul Rogers, Mbappe overrated. It's so crazy, bro. Everybody's saying this. It's like live long enough to become a villain, right? You know, you can either die a hero or you just stay playing. I can't wait till 10 years from now. Everybody's like, Lamine, overrated. Even though they won't do that. Somehow it doesn't happen for Barcelona players because they would have happened with Messi.
We didn't have the same support with the team.
Hold on, guys. We're going to
Ref, but like still, man.
Mbappe is 27 or 26. 26 going on 27. Kalulu is just getting.
Crazy, yeah, because I remember him when he was
18 years old. Yeah.
Remember 18 World Cup? That was 2018.
We don't recognize that. Like we don't realize.
We don't realize COVID.
We got old.
Yeah, it's been 10 years almost. You know. La Cucarella. I'm not gonna lie, the folks who supported me on the stream know I didn't like Cucurella, and still I'm on the fence about him, but he's been absolutely balling for club and country. Yeah, next time y'all do. Oh my God, Dembélé, what the hell was that?
I told you he's not good with his heading.
Yeah, facts.
I told you that yesterday. At least I was right on that. I mean, I haven't seen the poll yet.
Chris Ramirez says, please make it for me once, bruh. Mbappe being overrated is a crazy take, not gonna lie. The best player in the world. Like, what do we say?
Rogers, are you talking about soccer?
Lamine is overrated. Due is better. You're wildin', St. Mir and stuff. Y'all gotta just accept that these are some of the best players ever on this field. And I say ever because I always think that the future of football is always better than the past of football. It's just how I feel. More sports science, more pressure, more games. Good shit, Dembélé.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duo! He's made that shot 100 times for club.
He got pressure.
Yeah, it's pressure. It's his first.
And look at that. Look.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
And I think I'm willing to say it now. You're right. Dembele's dribbling is better than Mbappe's. It's just much more sleek.
Yeah.
Oh. Due, that would have really brought us back in.
My guy.
Yeah, Deschamps. Oh, maybe I should have brought more defenders.
The problem is the defense now.
The defense.
Yeah.
So we're high pressing now, but that's okay. Scotland have a better chance than Mexico. Who do I think is going to win the World Cup 2026? I think Mexico. Yikes, Chris Ramirez. I don't think anybody's got Mexico on their radar. Hopefully they do something. I'm actually really afraid for the host nations. Canada, Mexico, and the US. I'm afraid for all three. Hopefully one of them gets out of the group because we all look like shit right now. Desiree Doué got pulled after that. In comes Bradley Barcola, Ryan Cherky. We know he's a baller. I don't think he's a baller for this kind of game, but we'll see. 21. He's for Leon. Yeah, he does. He does look like he just needs a little mustache.
Yeah, he needs that, yeah.
1960s Doué. No, that's not 60s. 1920s Cherky.
He needs like the little like what is his name already? Adil Rami.
Exactly.
Adil Rami.
J'ai vu Adil Rami ici en LA. Yeah, pour le commencement. Pamela who?
He was dating Pamela Anderson for a while.
Anderson?
Yeah, Pamela Anderson. You don't
No,
remember Baywatch?
No, I do remember Baywatch, and I remember Pamela. I don't. That's crazy. I feel like she's so much older than him.
Yeah, but you know, he's
famous kitty.
Oh, what is that?
Oh yeah, Malo Gusto's getting a run too. So this is also to show you that Spain has put 5 players on the field. France has put three new players on the field. This is still kind of like a friendly. You know, this is not that important of a game. Nations League is still cool. They've made it more intense. Shirky, great pass. Oh, puta. Barcola, ever since Barcola's injury, he hasn't been quite the same.
What are you saying?
Barcola?
Yeah.
Barcola's just coming back from injury. He hasn't been the same. Look at this touch.
Have you seen the final what he did? Like when he arrived in front of the goalkeeper and he did things?
And missed the shot?
Okay, but
Le but le manqué.
Okay, but look. He just came in and it's already dangerous.
No, there's no doubt in my mind about his danger. What France need is clinical now. They're all dangerous. They got more shots, more everything.
I see a lot of potential in that team.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Look at that.
Look at this. Play. Beautiful. Boom! Give it to him. No, he's not doing that these days. Oh!
But we don't have these kind of guys.
Yeah, you don't have a pure striker in the box.
We don't have a Giroud.
Yeah. On a besoin de Giroud.
No,
toujours.
I never say it.
No, but we won the World
We need
Cup.
a guy like that, kind of,
Oh!
Oh my gosh!
C'est pas clinical. Mais dangereux, absolument. Dangereux, absolument. Mais clinical. Jesus. That would have been beautiful. That was a Zizou circa 2002, huh?
Oh,
You remember for Juventus?
it was like more. It was more. No, it was Leverkusen.
No, Zizou never played for Leverkusen.
No, against Leverkusen.
Yeah, contra Leverkusen, but he played for Juventus.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. That was the goal. He was on Juventus. His first Champions League.
Yeah.
So what is Mbappe the best in the world at? Scoring goals, Paul Rogers. Probably one of the most important things in football. I think he's probably the highest goal scorer in the world right now for club.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Bro.
Like seriously.
Bro, what is that?
Like we think we're coming back and then they do this.
But that's not even good
What the
defense. That's not
fuck?
good offense. That's just bad defense. What are we doing?
Nothing.
I think that one, like,
We're not
Mignon has to
doing
go.
shit.
You know Maignan was supposed to go to Chelsea. I don't want him no more.
Oh my God!
What was that?
Take him off.
It's the defense. The defense.
It is the defense.
Defense.
Lamine Yamal
Take him
has to be
off.
the best in the world, huh?
No, put Lucas Hernandez in there. Put like some experience.
Okay, we done.
Between the feed cutting. Look, what is he doing? Wait, show that replay again. What is the center back doing? Longley is trash, by the way. He plays for Barcelona. I think Lamine probably paid him. He was like, come on, bro. Like, because Longley, granted, the French center backs are not starting. Like the true French center backs. But come on, bro. Put your arm down. Man. And what a cameo this guy's gonna have. He's getting some kitty tonight. I was on TV. Yo.
Why your Instagram looking like that?
It just freezes. For some reason, it just freezes. The video freezes, but it's still going.
Like it's on 3 or just on 2?
It's frozen on 2, but it's on 3. This is the live feed. A lot of air gotten taken out of this game.
Oh, it's done.
Take him out.
The first half was beautiful, guys. It was like this looks like a heavy hitter game. Look, Lucas Hernandez coming in now. That's what we're doing, Deschamps.
He's gonna take his brother out.
But it's not his brother who's doing bad. It's the center backs. Longley and Konate just disorganized. C'est pourquoi l'anglais dit plus sur le. Ooh!
Okay, let's go.
Mbappe does have foot skill. Don't forget, he's the best in the world. This is just so demoralizing. I've been in a game like this where you're playing okay. You're not playing bad, but whoa.
In fact, it feels like a pickup game.
It does feel like a
Like
pickup game.
you have a good team, you play well, and the other team, every
It's
time
just
they get
killing
close
you.
to your goal,
They score.
they score.
It's like pickup. Absolutely. That's a perfect analogy. Danny Olmo getting in. Lamine Yamal scored, says Keys. I see France making a comeback. Chris Ramirez, you are trolling at this
Ramirez,
point.
Stop roasting us. We're already in pain, okay? Thank you. Cut off some slacks, you know. Like,
Oh, he said that before the goal. I'm late on his. That was 3 minutes ago. W vid from Antonio. Oh, Antonio, you dropped a vid. We're going to have to see it. Man, Emo is over here on Instagram. What do you say? Zidane is going to have to take over, my bro. And Rabiot is basura. Both takes. I absolutely am with you. Indeed, I think Deschamps has given all he can give. For sure. It's time for new blood because we got new players on the field.
Look at this. Look at this.
Pegale. Now c'est le but.
They don't know like what they have a block behind. We look like the spider web outside. They got a block.
Yeah. Mbappe pass. Turkey.
Oh, mais c'est quoi this? Nah, but like, the pass is
the pass is
strong,
not good.
man.
The pass is not good. But Barcola, you're a professional. Take a touch.
Come on.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like France. Offensively, there's a click there. It's good. It's not bad. The real issue is the defense.
I feel like there's like striker, forward, and a defense, but nothing in between.
There's no midfield. That's why when people were talking about Pedri, he scored that goal. It was a good goal, but other than that, we don't see midfield in this game. We're either in their box or this box. And there's nobody on the team. I agree, Emo. Basura, Rabiot. There needs to be... Honestly, y'all need to bring back Paul Pogba. It's time.
He's not even ready, man.
Where is he?
He's in Miami training, trying to get back on a team. Two years ago, he got suspended for doping.
Oh, wow.
It hurt. It broke my heart. He tore his ACL. Then he was recovering. Then he had a knee issue. And then we hear he's doping.
And then he got a scandal with the family.
Yeah, then his brother tried to rob him.
With a gang.
Just crazy stuff, man.
And before that, it was a gossip about him, like making some kind of
witch
sorcery.
Doctor. Yep, he went to the witch doctor on Mbappe, and it's all kinds of crazy shit going on. And this is not new to France. We've heard of Ribéry scandals. Karim Benzema didn't get a good career. Oh, what a ball! Somebody! Ah! I don't know why we're screaming like this matters.
We're coming back.
They just don't want like Dembélé to score with his France. That's it.
Oh my God, we were so close to that.
Adian says something. Adian's dad says, Adlani's dad, says, this France team has outgrown Didier Deschamps. Don't know.
I replied to this already. I say like kind of a good statement. To say
no, it's a good statement. Don't know how to explain it, but some coaches just do better when they're not overwhelmed with an influx of young, new talents. It's facts. I added young, new to it, but it's facts. He's got talent everywhere. He had a team. He did very well to win the World Cup in 18. I thought he should have bowed out after that, but no, they get to the final in 22. It's a fact. Chris Ramirez got to go. Appreciate you for being here. Adlani's dad says Didier has to go. The worst defense ever. Now he's really tightening. Didier, we got to be done with Didier. Why doesn't comments show on my accounts? I don't know. Key says, wow, man, I'm behind on the comments, guys. Sorry. Portugal will stop Spain, said Adlani's dad. I doubt it, my dog. It's an embarrassment to PSG. What if... No, it's still going. It's just the video freezes on Instagram. I don't know why.
Look at that. Good ball.
Mbappe is solo.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
No, he's too much. He's thinking too much now. I think somebody told him to not be selfish and be a leader. And now,
give a fuck,
exactly,
like we're losing.
shoot the ball.
It's 5-1.
Yeah.
You he cannot like pass a guy front to front.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that.
This nigga stopped, looked around, and gave it.
When usually he stops, does 2-step overs, cut, like do something. Do something.
No, now they're doing Ole.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. It's time. It's Ole time. Here comes. This is trash. Press. Where's Deschamps? He needs to be up on the sideline going, press. I'm about to 2-foot tackle somebody. They start Oleing in the stands with me. They're going to be, Ole.
I think Dembélé has to go on now. He's not winning so much.
I mean, he's tired. He played a whole season Champions League final. I agree with you.
I don't like. I just think it's time to see somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, like try to change strategy a little bit.
Keys, terrible pass. What is Mbappe doing? Pogba and Juventus was crazy. We'll never see that again, man. We loved it. Pogba in France was crazy too.
Pogba is too much skill. I don't know if he will make it back to it.
No, Pogba's not making it back to the selection, unfortunately.
Even
if he was supposed to come back in March. If a big team had picked him up, you know, Marseille would have been perfect for him. I don't know why his agents, but it looks like he's going to the MLS. It looks like he might go to Miami, Chicago.
Because he cannot go back on that level.
He can't. I don't think he'll ever be at
People
that
don't
level
want
again.
to deal with like a big hero like that. Wasn't like,
Come on, something.
It's big penalty.
Yeah, it should be a penalty. But
He didn't call it.
Penalty.
You called it?
no, he didn't call it. He's not.
Should be.
Marino a little frustrated in himself there. Didn't really have much pressure, but ends up taking a heavy touch. And
Who does
had a little bit of a-
He grabbed him as he was going down, but you can't see it.
I'm telling you, Dembélé's going to happen.
Yeah, Kolomwani has had a great season. So now Kolomwani is probably going to go up top as the point. Mbappe is going to come out to the right.
No. Left.
I mean, he should be on the left, but Barcola can't play on the right. You know. Well, he's on the left, so maybe you're right.
No, he's on the left because of that.
Yeah, because of the corner kick.
This is not the game that France and those PSG Champions League winners were expecting here tonight.
So I also want to just go on record because it's crazy. It's crazy the aura Lamine Yamal has. They interviewed Lamine Yamal because Lamine Yamal is a Ballon d'Or candidate. Look at this guy. And they asked him about Ballon d'Or, and they said, "Do you think, who do you think should win?" I don't even know the context in which he said this, but he came out and said, "I don't think the Ballon d'Or should be decided on a game, but if you guys think that it's all down to this game, then game on." And he ain't playing. He came out. His team won 5-1. Is winning 5-1. I've never seen a 17-year-old with this much, as you young kids say, aura. Like, it's swag. It's just absolute. You can't tell this kid shit, and he's winning. And I didn't see Pele play. And this old man, maybe, he understands. Nobody in this room saw Pele play. But yes, facts. France getting smashed, said Leo Hedgie. Leo Hedgie, what's happening, bro? Come subscribe to this channel. We do live streams all the time, man. Good to see you in here. Adelani's dad as well, man. Haven't seen you in this chat before. Welcome. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate your commentary. France needs Zidane right now. I wonder if Zidane really wants to take this on. Filthy Feels on Instagram says, Unai Simon has also been a wall today. Made life so difficult for the attack to convert. That's facts. We already see the stats. France has more shots on target. But Unai Simon has been an absolute boss. All right, let's see. Keys is speaking from the future. Mbappe one touch. Rabiot, I don't know why Rabiot's still on the field, man. Shoot it. Cherky! What a goal. Old man Cherky, 1920s Cherky. I mean, you're down 5-2. You're down 5-2, but what a goal.
Pow!
Cherky is a boss.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
So now Cherky got to get the start over Olise. A goal to remember on a night to forget. That's not a bad. That's real. That's facts. Yippee. France got a little something to be happy about, says Keys. I read this comment, but I didn't want to highlight it until we saw the goal. France should throw in the towel, says Leo. Speaking from the future. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, man. Charters, just go ahead and make me an intro. You can make one with Antonio as well, but just go ahead and make me a regular intro because I don't know how long it's going to take Antonio to get this going. And I want a international break intro as well. Show me Brazil. Show me France. Show me United States. Show me Morocco. Give me all of the great teams that we've seen. Even
United States.
her team losing 5-2 right now, and she want to say United States with that tone. Get out of here.
Yes, it's a bad game, but usually we're really good.
That was clinical.
That was clinical. That's the most clinical thing France has done today. That was right there. United States. Yes, the U.S.
No.
If I have to suit up my damn self and go play
the
defense.
furthest United States have been?
Quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. Maybe. I don't know if we made it to the semis. Quarterfinals. We've been to the quarterfinals at least twice in the World Cup. Like, don't at me. We got ballers, okay? Sheesh. United States. You see?
That sounded crazy.
This is why Eat Pray Ball is here. I got to keep you guys sane. You know I love France and French culture, but you know, even the Frenchmen, they can be so callous. We got American ballers out here.
What is that?
It's kind of a foul on France, I'm not going to lie, but Malo Gusto, another Chelsea boy, one of my favorites. Cherky, just go do it yourself, bro. Wow. Yes, do a Club World Cup once, please, Chargers. That would be dope. Absolutely. What about Mexico? Chris Ramirez said. Mexico is in a rebuild still. They looked good in the last Nations League, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. But, you know, I'll never put anything past my boy Jimenez. That guy is a baller. Cracked his skull wide open, still balling. Nobody, Gusto.
Oh,
Lamine is so good, he shook his own teammate.
Of course.
Teo Hernandez.
He was like, I don't care.
Yeah, I just got to grab.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you have to do with this guy. Maybe he really is just that good.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. He's shifty. He's shifty like a Messi, but he's taller and skillful like a Neymar. I mean, he's just got everything in his lock. I haven't seen him head the ball. Lamine has the Joga Bonito, bro. Everything he's doing is bonito. It's bonita.
He doesn't have the Joga Bonito, man.
No.
Stop.
Lamine
it.
absolutely has Joga Bonito.
Oh my God.
That might be the new poll I'm putting up here, guys.
Oh my
Does
God.
Lamine
You
have
guys-
Joga Bonito?
You guys are too much. You don't know what Joga Bonito is. He doesn't have the Ronaldinho, the Neymar, and stuff like that.
Lamine
Come on.
absolutely.
He doesn't have the Joga Bonito.
New poll starting now, guys. Straight up.
It's a yes or no question, okay?
Is Lamine Yamal Joga Bonito?
God. Does he have it? He doesn't have it. He plays well. He's a great player. Doesn't have a Joga Bonito.
He absolutely has it. I don't know it. I don't know what my guy's saying over here. He's hurt. I'm hurt too. We're all hurt. We're all hurt. We wanted a better look. We wanted more competition. Who'd have thought the Germany-Portugal game would be more intense?
Oh, was it?
They won 2-1. It wasn't better than this still.
No.
I've seen way more beautiful play from both teams here than I saw in Germany, Portugal, but it was a real game.
Mm-hmm.
This is pickup ball. What a ball from
So
Turkey.
nice, yeah. Oh!
That's
Yes!
a goal.
Let's go!
Have some respect. Have some respect for yourself. 5-3.
5-3.
7 minutes. Mbappe looks exhausted though.
7 minutes. What are we gonna do?
7 minutes. 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 7 I know.
That was a nice pass. That one. Yeah. Oh, and it's him who did it. I mean, Mbappe was right after, so if he didn't touch it,
It would have gone in.
Mbappe
It was
there.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he might have missed Mbappe.
You think so?
Yeah. It was well in front of him. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, the pass from Turkey to Gusto was
Just when I go out,
just when you leave. The guy drinks too much water. He's staying hydrated, but he's missing game.
maybe I was a black cat all along.
Leave again. Leave again. We want to see if they come back. Oh, St. Mirren stuff says he doesn't have Jogo Bonito.
Yeah, of course he doesn't have. People know what Joga Bonito is. Like, you don't know what Joga Bonito is.
Adlani's dad says he'll bet his house on Portugal. Hey, bro, don't do that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Keep your house. Keep that title at home. Okay. Bet anything else. You know, bet Adlani maybe, but don't bet your house. You're gonna be under a bridge somewhere.
Close that. We cannot see what they're saying.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about, Jack Tyson? What are you talking about?
Slow technology. Hey guys, I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need. Yeah. Own
Mbappe
goal.
was there, so I think
Shirky played a beautiful ball, through ball, and then it was like cross. Magnon is not having a good game, bro. Why does he look so sketchy? What you want? Attention? You want attention now? Yes, my lovely. Yes, yes. It's okay. I know. It doesn't mean France is bad. It doesn't. We love them. Yes.
What is like stellar comments?
Which one?
You look like LeBron.
Some of the comments just be wild. Hey, if y'all can do me a favor and like everybody in this chat right now, we only have 6 likes on this stream. It don't take much. Just go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me one time. Yeah, Keys. Vivian felt bad for France.
Thank you.
Vivian was the defender. He scored it.
okay.
What the hell is this score line? It's a good game, lots of goals, says Leo.
Oh my God, stop.
I don't know, yeah. We like lots of goals, but we like a tight affair.
Okay, go.
Barcola can't outrun this guy. Look at this race. Look at this race. Look at this race. Get in there, Mbappe. Calm.
Where is
Beautiful. Oh, putain.
How's that possible?
No, that was Makola Mwani. It should have been Dembele. He tried to side foot it. Fucking hit it.
You're fast as fuck.
Yeah, he's fast as hell.
You know what he was saying?
What is that, bro? You should have cooked him back down the line, bro.
What's his name should have stopped?
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020 when it's that fast, right? Like, oh my God. Christian Ramirez said you look like a LeBron. Oh, I see your comment now. I'm just gonna put that up there because I get Dak Prescott and I get Cody Gakpo. Never gotten LeBron. Don't like it. Do not like this comment. LeBron is crazy. Because I still have a hairline that's relatively intact, and I've got hazel eyes. Get out of here. And red hair. I'm a red man. I look like more like Malcolm. Young Malcolm X out here. Leo Hedgie says, play it like hockey. Take out the goalkeeper and bring in a player. Keith said speed. It's facts, bro. Barcola is pure speed. I'm going to bet the EPB lab on Portugal. All right. Charters, have a good rest. We'll see you soon. I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully you get your account fixed. If not, St. Mirren stuff is cool. We don't mind a St. Mirren stuff account, but you'll always be charted to my house, bro. Oh, man. You gonna come back?
No, you're not here. Oh no, Sunday of the week after.
Look at this.
Paris. It's Rabio.
Paris playing who again?
Paris is playing Atletico Madrid at the Rose Bowl here in LA. I'm going to be in Atlanta because I'm going to be watching Chelsea play LAFC.
Let me see that. J'ai même pas cliqué parce que je me suis dit, je dois être à la maison.
Il veut faire rien.
Tu regardes là, vite fait?
Est-ce que je regarde
Non, les vite fait, oui. Tu me dis. Parce que moi aussi, ça m'intéresse.
I want to stay as Charters, but it isn't working. It's all good, bro. St. Mirren stuff might get you some more views, especially with your edits.
He's going to try it.
He's going to try the Olympico? Yeah. Why did he shoot that with his right foot? Ryan Cherky is left-footed. Like, extremely left-footed. Well, after that, it doesn't seem like it. You saw the goal was left foot. That was beautiful. And that's it. Hey, here's another thing. You want to be two-footed as a baller, for sure. It's the best thing you can be. I'm two-footed. Look at me, just trying to big up myself for my street. I'm good, guys. I'm good. Fucking hell. I think Zidane would be better as the new manager. Yeah, I think we all think so.
We don't know that. He will be a good manager, probably.
He
wouldn't have to manage the egos.
But you need something different. He wouldn't have to manage the egos. There's no bigger ego than Zidane who walk in and be like, you're my son, you're my son, you're my son. You do this shit or you go sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that shit.
Sometimes you need that.
Emo says, Cherky's a stud on Instagram. Great pickup for the city. Cola lacking confidence. Wait, has Cherky officially signed to Man City? 97? Pour le billet? Say it's very short. No, it's cheap. For soccer in America, for that level of soccer. Y'all, if you're in America and you can, go get yourself to a Club World Cup game. PSG versus Atletico here in the Rose Bowl in LA is $97. $97. That's it.
C'est tout.
St. Mirren stuff, this is Charters all the way.
T'as de la chance. Ça, c'est la preuve, au moins. Tu vois, que moi, je suis pas harceleur ou quoi que ce soit. Je le prends pas mal.
Filthy Feels 97 says, I think the deal is done. Such a bargain for them. He's talking about Cherky Cherky's going to City.
J'ai pas pleuré.
I'm
T'as mon numéro, effectivement.
What is the best seat? Like, if I want to be in the front.
Wow, all of these are gone.
Oh, the bad ones? The ones that are left?
Ah, regarde ça! Aïe!
You sounded like an announcer that. Regarde ça! Oy, oy, oy!
Look!
Yeah, it wasn't. I saw it the first time. Chouameni is on the bench. He should be in the bench.
How tall is this guy? 6'2"?
Key.
Barcola's
gotta be 6'2". No, 5'11".
Nah, I'm
maybe
5'11".
6 foot. Yeah, he's yours. Height. Don't let this fool you. You know Mbappe is only like 5'9". I met him.
I know.
I was like, oh shit.
I mean, Mbappe looks short.
Yeah.
Mbappe looks short on this field. Oh, okay.
He doesn't look short, but
He doesn't look tall. Okay. Barcola's 6 foot maybe. Probably 5'11". 6'2". No.
6'2".
Let's get a check.
And they score again, and then all of a sudden you start to feel like there's a little bit of.
But you change your number?
T'as
changé de numéro,
quoi?
Qui? Wow.
You have 2 minutes to work
That's
with.
my same number since I was in college.
These I highlighted in black the seats that
Regarde! Allez, Colo!
2 minutes!
Allez,
2
Colo!
minutes encore!
That is crazy.
C'est pas la fessée, ça!
2 minutes en plus. We might have a game on our hands. This is crazy. Was that a good goal? I didn't even see it. Cherky again. Cherky has been absolutely excellent in a Kolo Muani classic. They do have one person on France who can do that. And Kolo Muani has been winning these balls in Juve all year. Beautiful.
You know what? It's gonna be like. I think that we cannot have a combo Dembélé and Mbappe.
No,
We
you
can't.
need a big striker
No, we need one of them on the bench.
Come on, let's
to
go.
come off.
There's a foul.
I don't know. Maybe Doué, maybe Mbappe, Dembele. Yes, Doué and Barcola, young boys, they can come off the bench. Shirky has to start. Looking at what I see now,
I think that.
and then
I think that.
Colomwani
I
up top.
think that Mbappe.
Here's something to think about.
Mbappe come off the bench? No.
No. I think that's not what I say.
No,
Okay?
I know.
All on one side.
He's like, think about it.
I just say that they cannot be on the pitch at the same time. It's a problem.
Dembele and Mbappe?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think Dembele should be a joker.
Which would be amazing, but they have jokers in these young boys. Doué, Barcola. Barcola's the joker.
I don't think he should.
You
be
bring
a joker.
that speed off at the 70th minute, a team is dead. Team is already tired chasing around Mbappe and Dembele. Then you bring it.
I think that in the long run, I prefer to have Barcola longer and Dembele come in.
Dembele come in.
Yeah.
He's winning the Ballon d'Or this year. You can't have him as a joker. It's just
When
not.
when he doesn't play with Mbappe.
Yeah.
When he doesn't play with Mbappe.
Can we get an incredible finish? Has this turned into a good game? Spain messed around and took all their whole team off, including Lamine Yamal. Ooh, he got hit in the face. Just one more. Yo, we need more. We need more time. Hold on, I'm missing. Shirky really balled today, huh? Facts. Mr. Eat, Pray, Ball himself. My boy Oscar. What's up, big brother? I'm doing well, brother. This is a great game. Hopefully you have it on. Oh, my God. Let me fix the skull. Yes. It went from a trash game to... And Unai Simon does his thing. And this looks like it's done. Why would you hit it so straight? No. Hindsight's 2020. There's no way you can win. The big cock. À quoi tu penses de t-shirt?
Why don't you say roast? Why you don't say rooster?
Rooster.
Say rooster.
The big rooster.
Come on, they're giving
What a
them-
ball,
they're giving
Magnon.
them one more.
What?
They call it
Game over.
a minute over.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck y'all.
Game blouses. Game blouses.
The prediction was like 4-3. We're like 5-4.
Yeah.
It's potato. Huh?
Right. Tomato, potato. Look at this kid. Lamine Yamal is literally the new generation, and he's doing is doing what Neymar used to do. France showed some resolve and some pride. It is some pride. It's agreed.
Which one would be like super close to the
So that's what's weird about the Rose Bowl, because it's weird that it just shows this section like this. It goes all the way up. So there's like multiple, and it's not showing that. So I think the way the rows are counted is how you have to deal with it. So 73 rows up is essentially row 1 is field, and then just count like that. So the closer you can get, I would try to get like 30s, 40s. See if you can find those. We're looking at tickets for the Club World Cup, guys. That's the next big thing we got coming on. Actually, that's not the next big thing. The next big stream for us, Club World Cup is the final. Portugal versus Spain. A weird game, man. A weird game. I would have never thought this would be 5. I mean, I did think it would be a high-scoring game, but I would never have thought it would look like this. I would never have thought it would have been 5-1 and then turned to 5-4. But France showed some respect for themselves. This is, again, the first time they're playing together as this complete team. So I don't think they have anything to be worried about. Spain, otherwise, Spain has been a complete unit since last summer. They've actually been a complete unit since before last summer, because most of these kids played on the youth team, on the U20 team. So it's something that we're really excited to see leading up to the World Cup. These are two powerhouse teams, and they will remain that way. Deschamps is going to coach all the way through through the World Cup. So we got to get over this Zizou thing and just, be excited about what we have the future. St. Mir and stuff, aka Charted, says we'll see you next time, bro. Charted, Sunday, come tap in with us. We'll watch the final together, okay?
Non,
That was at 54. That was 4 minutes ago. I'm late on these comments.
Comment tu l'as eu s'il y avait-
I'll be there if I do it. Nah, bro, just woke up. Oscar's got a night shift, so he is a vampire.
Non, mais ça va, j'ai déjà trop parlé aujourd'hui.
Chris Ramirez says, "Are we gonna end because you like the streams? We're gonna be on here for another 10 minutes and then we're out, man. But I'll be back later today. We're gonna watch Brazil. We're gonna watch Brazil. It's 4 p.m. West Coast time, so it's in 2 hours. In 2 hours, the stream will be back and we'll be looking at some games. But if you can't make 2 hours from now, definitely come tap in Sunday. That's when we'll watch the final, Spain versus Portugal. That should be a good one.
When is it?
Sunday at noon. This was the other game. Oh, we don't want to hear nothing nobody on FS1 has to say. I'd rather listen to us talk about World Cup than anybody. Oscar says, blow the Club World Cup, buy your tickets, get there hella early, and then enter hella early to be able to sit all the way at the bottom near the field. Trust, bro. They don't even check the tickets there. That is a plug, Oscar. Listen up. For y'all in LA, get your cheap tickets. I mean, the tickets are all the same price, right? Close?
No, when you switch, it went to like 160, 180.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay. I don't know. Maybe he's right. It is the Rose Bowl, and the Rose Bowl has no
Do you
access.
guys think that like big names are going to participate to the Club World Cup?
Yes. Maybe not in the initial rounds that we're going to watch, but by the time the knockouts start,
like
it's going to get serious.
Like right now, like PSG.
No. Look, Mbappe's just going to go back to his team now.
That's
Played a whole season. He's tired, you
Okay,
know.
well, we'll
So
talk
he's
about.
not gonna come.
He's going to come for sure. He'll be there. They're going to take
He's
No,
not
but
gonna
Mbappe
play.
is not playing for PSG. What are you guys talking about?
No,
Dembélé won't be there.
for Real Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah, but it will be in Rose Bowl.
No.
Okay, so that's what
Madrid
I'm
is in
talking
a different. Yeah.
All right, but we're talking about PSG against Atletico.
Yeah.
So like Dembélé probably won't be there.
No, he'll be there.
Vitinha,
They'll be there.
you don't. How do you know?
Because it's like the World Cup. You'll play the month of June, and then you get a big rest. You'll get like a month off, July off, and then preseason
Are you
starts
sure
back
about
August. Yeah, for sure. They're getting they've made the price of this competition $1 billion. Whoever wins $1 billion. Each club gets 10 million just to be in it. Like they're putting big money in this, not only to grow the excitement for the World Cup in America next year. Like there's a lot of things. Now the issue for me, and I've been reaching out to companies about this, is there's not enough marketing. We should have been knowing about this every day. It should be on all of these commercials. It should be on every Instagram. Like everybody should know, look, we got the Club World Cup coming. Get your tickets now. You don't have to make them. You don't have to sell the tickets low. Well, you should sell the tickets low, but you need to get people there. But nobody knows about it right now, and nobody really cares.
You know how I saw it on Instagram?
You did see it on
Telling
Instagram.
me that
Was it an
there is some
influencer?
soccer, no, like a promo,
A graphic
like
or
an
something?
ad,
Yeah.
you know, in between stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying, "Oh, great date night idea. Go to watch a soccer game."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I saw it.
Well, good. At least they're doing that because and you probably just saw it recently because you have.
Yeah, that was like when I asked you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
2 days ago.
Yeah.
So they're starting to ramp up the marketing for it. They put a lot of money into this competition. They need to just do it. And they're paying some influencers and some content creators. They need to be paying your boy because I'll make a video every 30 minutes. Yo, Club World Cup. Yo, Chelsea versus LAFC. Yo, PSG, Atletico. Like big games. Big games we're gonna see. Matter of fact, should we take a look at these games really quickly? Club World Cup schedule. Because there are some big teams playing. I mean, obviously we have teams from all around the world. We have Saudi Arabian teams. Al Ahly is playing Inter Miami on Saturday, June 14th. PSG, Atletico Madrid, we talked about Sunday, June 15th, Father's Day. Bayern versus Auckland City. Okay, I'm not shouting out any of the good games. Palmeiras versus Porto. That should be good. The Brazilian champions. I'm curious. Palmeiras has a young Neymar and William Esteval. He is already committed to Chelsea. So I'm wondering if William Esteval is going to go play for Chelsea or if he'll stay with Palmeiras. More than likely, he'll come to Chelsea and play. But Chelsea play Lyon. We don't play Lyon. You play LAFC on the 16th. Hold on, I got better games because these games actually don't look so interesting.
So you're saying PSG, Atletico?
That's a big game.
It's big.
That's the biggest game probably of the first round.
Okay.
PSG Atletico.
Yeah.
So that game should be packed. So that's what you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, the one in the middle.
yeah.
He hasn't even done anything in his career.
Oh, he
Like,
has. Maurice Edu.
How much? Tell me.
He was on the U.S. national team during the World Cup. Yo, will y'all calm Melly Monaco down?
In the U.S. national. Okay.
She is a hater. He
Stop.
should have scored
What else?
that.
What
He
else?
should have scored that. Look, score that.
Yeah, he should.
The guy went down. Ship him.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020.
So yeah, that's all he's done.
He said Palmeiras. We got Flamengo too, and Flamengo's in my group with Chelsea and LAFC. That's going to be super fun. Who? Maurice Edu? Maurice. I don't know. Give him a Spanish R. He hasn't done much. You're right.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's going on in there?
We should not have to poop on some of these pundits, especially the black pundits. You know who hasn't done much?
You want to say
Lexi
that
Lawless.
He was talking shit about Mbappe.
He was talking shit about Mbappe. You're true. You're right. We just need different punditry out here. That's why I'm here on Eat Pray Ball. Y'all don't have to watch the Fox pundits. Y'all can watch Jerome and Melly and Matthew, and we can talk all day about this stuff. That was a great. Look at Teo Hernandez just jogging.
I try to understand what's going on with the defense. Like, it's really bad.
No, it's bad. It's bad. First time them playing together.
And
Due has a shot, bro. It looks like hard. That looked like that broke his hand. Flamengo is topping the group.
You missed that again.
Which one?
Dembélé.
Dembélé? No, I saw that one. That was the cut and then the shot. Yeah.
His cut is already cutting everyone.
Cut everyone. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna look at the results of the poll. Let's see what you guys think. Is Lamine Joga Bonito? Wow, 50% yes, 50% no. That's crazy. How many people?
Because people know that's not Joga Bonito.
12 votes in this poll.
It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's not technical. It's
For sure.
Definitely a great player.
But you don't think he has that
He
jingle
doesn't
on him?
have the Joga Bonito, man. He doesn't have the Joga Bonito.
Interesting. I'm willing to.
Do you remember?
That was crazy.
Do you remember the goal with Richarlison during World Cup?
Yeah.
Do you remember? That's actually.
He took a bad touch, but then did a bicycle kick.
You remember that?
And that's Bonito for
That's
sure.
Bonito.
Lamine Yamal is too technical to even take a bad touch to have to do something.
Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch footages of
Don't even
Neymar
say
in
Ronaldinho
and
Neymar. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Joga Bonito.
that is Joga Bonito. Desiree Doué has it. I can't believe he scored that. It's bad D. It's worse keeping.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Like, come on, bro. How do you miss
He
that
should
shot?
be sliding by now.
For sure. Langley?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You got to slide. What a weird. We're watching back the highlights, y'all, and we're still just flabbergasted. That was the best goal of the day, for sure. Ryan Cherky had the best goal of the day. He came in and absolutely changed the game. He didn't even look like he was trying too hard. Marcus Thuram's on the bench, looking a little salty.
He didn't play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult position, man, to play.
There's Vivian giving a ball back. Francisco Martinez says, "Is that Miss Gil's Arena?" Her name is Melly Monaco. Y'all should know her from her channel and from the Pineapple Show and the Blind Pineapple, all of that. But yes, she.
What Colomani missed before? You think with that one, but if he doesn't miss the one before.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with French team. We're missing too much, too many.
Yeah.
Like Spain,
Too many misses.
Spain, they didn't miss that much. Every time they were dangerous, they kind of like scored. Oh my God! Look at that. It looks so bad.
Yeah.
Yikes. What a great Final Four, though. I will say this has been really cool to watch. And that's why we like the Nations League, because if these were just friendlies leading up to the World Cup, it would have been Portugal versus Luxembourg.
Wait, can
Germany-
America be in this?
Can what?
America.
Can America be in this? No.
Yeah.
This is only for Europe.
Okay.
We were in one in December. And you remember when the big viral clip where they all run around Henri and there was a Panamanian guy, idolo.
Yeah.
That was the Nations League for the Americas. And we lost to Panama.
Yeah. Again.
Yo, I want to talk about this real quick because
We don't want to talk about that.
hold on.
Talk about it.
Hold on, 'cause
You don't want to talk about.
When I tell you, and he was pissed too. He in the middle. He was just like, nah. It was not a good game. Yeah, it is. It's your fault. You weren't there. You weren't watching or whatever. I don't know. No, I gotta say.
You at least have to listen to what he says.
Who? Market?
If you get good comments.
Maurice Edu? We already know he don't have good comments because he said Mbappe was invisible. That was the craziest take of the game.
Who speaks before the game and says, I'm inviting that pressure. I want that responsibility.
I do like this. Lamine Yamal does not shy away. He told the media, look, y'all want to make this a Ballon d'Or race on Thursday? Let's go. And that's exactly what they did. He has so much confidence right now. Imagine being 17 and just being on top of the world. Nobody. Right. LeBron came into the league at 18 and he had to work a couple of years. Kobe was airballing his first year in the league.
Put it down a little bit.
He don't want to listen to Alexi. He said,
no, because he's gonna say like some dull shit. And
yeah,
it's like it's okay.
Dull shit.
Nah, it's seriously like some kind of. You're talking about a guy that been playing Barcelona his whole life.
Facts.
He grew up in that club.
He grew up in
He's
that
in
club.
family there.
Yes.
Okay. Selection same.
Yes.
It's like well surrounded.
Absolutely.
And protected. Okay?
And protected.
Okay.
And has been in the same system because they played the same system for the senior team. They play with the U5 team.
Yeah.
You know.
Look at
all the way
Mbappe
up.
in Monaco.
Mbappe played.
Was also like having fun.
For sure.
Okay. Like every time they're young and they're like well surrounded and they don't have that much pressure. He starts to have a lot of pressure.
Yes.
But he was always in this kind of like situation. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think about Dembélé when he was younger. He was a Rennes in France.
Yeah.
He was also having a lot of fun. It was like playing relaxed.
I agree. He was only pressured when he went to Barcelona.
We're going to see how it's going to be with a lot of pressure. But obviously, he's doing well. But
if he keeps this around him, which he
and
can.
if it doesn't change club.
Which he shouldn't.
It should not.
And that's my thing. That's my argument about Messi, too. Like, Messi, great player, amazing, has done everything. But he played for one club in one system since he was 12 years old. So it's like you're being shepherded all the way up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a different kind of ball. And I have no disrespect for it. I think it's great. I think it's actually a better formula. You just play the way you know for the rest of your life. He's going to be on that left wing, that right wing for the rest of his career. And he's going to be surrounded by all of this other young talent that Spain has.
Again, it's like it's not against him. It's like to make the comparison with the other.
Yeah, you can't compare. You can't compare. It's different league.
Comparison,
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Mbappe became like captain of like French team. I don't even know if he was ready for that.
Right.
He became like
25.
kind of like very influential like in the PSG within other players such as like Messi and Neymar.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the same situation at all.
For sure. Lamine
like,
Yamal won't make nearly the amount of money Mbappe has made from 17 to 25. So even that is pressure. Like you're thought of as the best player on earth, and Barcelona can't pay him that much.
And just think like people that want to compare like players just because they're like they kind of have the same influence in the team. Scoring, they don't even play the same position.
Yeah.
Lamar's
on the right wing. And Mbappe has had to move from the wing to striker.
Exactly. And he probably doesn't really like that.
He hates striker.
Okay.
He always floats out to the left.
Okay.
But yeah.
Even in Madrid.
And
when he say that, it's in Madrid, they say like, you get used to it.
Right.
Or you better get used to it.
Right.
Like they did with Ronaldo. And with Benzema.
And Mbappe loves Ronaldo. And so he took that challenge. He was like, look, if you want me to be a goal scorer, I'm going to be the best goal scorer in the world. And guys, Mbappe is still the best goal scorer in the world. 41 goals in all competitions all season. I don't think there's another. Harry Kane is close. Harry Kane might have 38. Like, that's crazy for his bad season at Madrid.
It was not a bad season.
Well, they said it was a bad season.
No,
his first 3 months,
Yeah, okay.
But again, it was his first season, right? Lamine Yamal doesn't have Joga Bonito. Okay, so we got.
How we call that? There is a word in France, like in French, like is bienveillance. How do we say bienveillance?
No,
I don't know say
what? Bienveillance?
Yeah, bienveillance is like kind of
good.
Like,
it's good.
It's
like vibes, good essence.
I don't remember how we say that. I have to translate exactly bienveillance in English.
But that's how you say it in French.
But it's just like like bienveillance is like when you have like good feeling and sentiment for people instead of like going right away for the wrong one.
Yeah.
Contre
malheureusement.
No, it's just like like having like some kindness, like having like cutting some slack.
Love in your heart.
You cannot compare them. They're not the same thing.
You can't
They
compare
want
them.
to put them in the same situation. Understand?
Right.
It's gonna generate money.
Yeah.
But let's be honest.
And storylines. Let's be honest. We love sports also because we love rivalries.
We love that, but
storylines.
it's too early.
It's never too. Clearly, it's not too early because this 17-year-old is literally beating everyone.
Okay,
There's not one person who can shut him up right now.
But you cannot compare him.
No, you can't compare.
Who is
Right.
his rival? Nobody.
It's nobody.
But if it was somebody, it would have to be Mbappe.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
And you say why? Because we want rivals. And literally, Mbappe's been on top for the last 6-7 years.
No, but I understand. But it's kind of like automatic. You see what I mean? Like, why? Right? At some point, you have like one guy who got the hegemony, and at some point, he has to share it with another one. And we were very lucky to have Messi
And Ronaldo,
at
the same
that time. Okay,
for sure.
But tell me before then. Tell me before Ronaldo and Messi, who was having this kind of rivalry?
It was kind of Ronaldinho versus
Never. It was never Ronaldo versus Ronaldinho. It was
not versus Ronaldo. It was more Ronaldinho versus Zizou.
No.
Even though Zizou was older, for sure.
Never.
But they tried to do it
They
in the
never did.
2006 World Cup.
No.
And that's when Zizou became the GOAT because Ronaldinho was younger. He had Ronaldo, he had Kaká, he had everybody on his team. And Zizou single-handedly smacked up that team.
No.
And it was like, listen, this is the GOAT. But I agree with you. Like, it was never. And that's why in basketball, it's never like that, except LeBron and Steph a little bit. But
No. I disagree. Basketball is always like that. You always like Larry Bird, Magic.
Larry Bird and Magic. You're
Okay.
right. Larry Bird and
All right.
Magic. Jordan had no one, which is why Jordan is thought of as the GOAT.
He had no
But
one.
I'm saying Jordan had no one. It's not that Jordan was so good that there was nobody around.
Exactly.
There was nobody as good as Jordan in his era,
Exactly.
which is why LeBron gets compared. LeBron had really no one. Steph came later
Yeah.
and then won championships.
All right.
But LeBron carried teams for years.
Yeah.
But in basketball, that's why they
I
do
think-
generational
I-
stuff.
I-
They go, oh,
I think
Magic versus LeBron
I
versus
think Jordan could have like been contested with Kobe, but like they were like
completely different
the
generations.
age
That was another thing.
Yeah, but
Kobe had no one.
Okay, but
Kobe had
they were still playing the same, kind of like
No,
same
no,
era.
no.
They were still playing. He was playing at
He
the
was
end
playing
of his career.
at the
Still playing.
very end.
Yeah,
the very end.
Yeah, it was.
So that's like Ronaldo versus, like you said, Ronaldinho almost. Is Kobe and Jordan is Ronaldo versus Ronaldinho. And I can't even give Ronaldinho that because unfortunately Ronaldinho wasn't. Take this with a grain of salt, chat. But Ronaldinho wasn't a winner. Ronaldinho was the greatest showman that we've ever seen, but he's not in the ilk of who we're talking about in terms of Cristiano, Messi, Jordan, LeBron, all that. Ronaldinho is more like the greatest showman on earth. He's a Iverson. Now I can't give him Iverson.
You guys
Not
have
give him Iverson.
hey, look, Ronaldinho, Zizou, sorry, Keith,
Zizou.
he didn't exist like Ronaldo and Messi.
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Messi was literally a saga for 7 years.
He said, "Y'all know Robinho. Robinho also a great showman. Unfortunately,
Okay,
Robinho.
he had the Joga Bonito, but it was not at that level either. Not in consistency.
Not very consistent.
Robinho looked like Danielson. He was like a great player, like very skilled, but he wouldn't lead.
He couldn't lead a team. We saw Ronaldinho lead a team. We saw Neymar obviously lead Brazil, and hopefully everybody's starting to realize that for the last 10 years.
But go back on the thing. There is no such a rivalry, such as like
Cristiano and
Ronaldo
Messi.
and Messi.
There's no rivalry ever close to
and
that.
before that, it doesn't
nothing.
exist. There's
Doesn't
not.
exist.
Okay,
I
there's a
agree.
Ballon d'Or. There's one good player.
Yeah.
And now because we had that, and there's a nostalgia, we're trying to recreate.
We want it.
But it doesn't exist.
Well,
There's just
but it can exist now. Because they're only
What?
10 years
because
apart.
we want it.
They're only 10 years
No, but
apart.
because
And
we
Lamal
want it.
is already at the level.
But because we want it.
You're right.
But
That's true. But we want it.
You've seen
But
by
we-
yourself. You've seen by yourself.
Well, I mean,
It's not even a
again,
question-
this is France.
it's not
This
even-
is France without their
It's
center
not
backs
even a, it's
and
not even a
with a
question.
brand new team.
It's not a question of Ballon d'Or right now.
Yeah.
It's about like who showed up today.
And did Mbappe show up today?
yes.
Yes, he did.
No.
Mbappe showed up today. Lamine Yamal, did he show up today?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
How did Mbappe not show up today? This is even a French guy is saying this. He showed up. He did everything he needed to do. He scored a goal. He willed his team on. He kept running and fighting for the team till 90.
Remember Mbappe during
Stop.
World Cup
Now you're
2000
talking nostalgia.
2018.
Now you're talking nostalgia.
I'm waiting for
Mbappe was 18 at that time.
I won't.
And
Yes,
he was not the main guy.
yes,
He has all the pressure on him.
that's true.
Lamine Yamal is not the main guy
Okay,
on this
you're
team.
right.
That's the luck he has.
I agree.
He
with
just
you.
gets to be the
Okay,
17-year-old kid.
I got
Wait
your
till Lamine is 23 years old, 24 years old, and Spain need to win something.
Okay.
That's when we got to
All
see
right,
him show.
I'll get your point here.
Yeah.
I get your point here.
Yeah.
But I think that we could have expected a little bit more, you know, leading
High
a little bit,
expectations.
a little bit
Yeah.
more like, you know, as a captain, you know, like I think that the game was quiet. You don't even have a shot of him like encouraging the team. Let's go, trying to
That's
bring this
propaganda.
motivation.
We saw him. He was out there running with the
That's
team.
propaganda.
He was trying to pass the ball. You're looking for a shot, but we
Yes.
saw it with our own eyes. We saw him working.
Yesterday we had this Soviet installation, and today we're talking about propaganda.
Propaganda.
And you're talking to me like nostalgia. I mean, like seriously.
I'm just saying.
I'm not-
I'm just saying. It does feel like even with you, it's like a cloud is over Mbappe for some
No,
reason,
I
and
li-
it's mainly just
I-
because he doesn't
I
win.
don't want to be critical about him so much. I'm just saying that basically there is no really like such a thing that is such a duel that we were like, expecting today. First of all. And second of all, like
Yeah.
we have to stop with this shit of like trying to compare who's going to be the Ballon d'Or because there is such a rivalry. There's not such a thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Like people are not divided online between being Mbappe guy or Yamal guy.
They are absolutely. They
no,
are absolutely.
they're not. No, they're not.
They're
It's not the
absolutely.
same thing.
Let me
You cannot compare that thing. There's not the same thing.
listen. You can't compare with your eyes, but people in the world want that rivalry,
want
like
it.
you said, and so they're divided. There are Spanish people and there are French people. They're French loving people, Spanish loving people.
First of all, when
They're-
you love soccer, you live that behind. Like you know that you recognize
No.
you recognize.
There's too much money in this right now.
No,
Sports
no,
are
but look,
storylines.
even-
Hold on, but let me set the stage though, for real, because I agree with what you're saying, but you have to see the reality of it. Mbappe now plays for Real Madrid. Lamine Yamal plays for Barcelona. We just saw Spain.
That's exactly
we
what
just saw Spain and we
You're-
saw France. These are
you're
the
making
two best
my-
teams
but
in
you're
Europe.
making my cake.
What?
All right.
Case.
My cake. My cake.
Je fais le cadeau?
Yeah, tu me fais mon gâteau, tu me fais mon
Le gâteau,
Yeah,
c'est pas le
yeah.
cadeau. Le cadeau, c'est le gift. Le gâteau, c'est le
You're
cake.
making my cake. All
I'm
right.
making your cake.
I gotta go make you eat.
Happy birthday. And then
you.
I'm going to eat it.
Or blow my candle. All right.
Pause. No Diddy.
Oh my
No
God.
Diddy.
You're going to fuck. Don't put like baby oil on this fire.
Yikes.
Now look.
Yeah. Yo, I've never heard him sound so French as he sounds now.
You
Listen, do not put the baby oil on the fire. You're making my cake.
Yeah, all right. Listen, if you love soccer,
Uh-huh.
all right, and that you're all in because like the most like important competition in soccer is not the World Cup, is the Champions League.
No,
It
wrong.
is. It is.
Wrong.
It is.
Wrong. I hear you, but wrong.
No.
The World Cup is always the greatest.
It's
Messi became the GOAT because of the World Cup.
okay because
Ronaldo has way more champions
because like all of a sudden there's something more that gather people around the nation.
around
But
nation,
when-
the world.
Okay, but like when you play the Champions League,
Mhm.
there's no limit. It's the best of the world in each position, right? It's not like the World Cup is a great competition.
I can even go further in this conversation. Just go past this point now. Keep going.
Look,
Keep going, because I can't listen
Look.
to you tell me the World
Look.
Cup
Look.
is not the best. Okay,
And-
go.
I'm just saying.
No, go ahead, yeah.
I'm just speaking fact, man. Like I'm telling you, it's every year.
That's the problem.
And it's
The reason the
all
World
best.
Cup is so great is because you only get 4 years at a time to go win it.
And you
You only get Messi and
the
Ronaldo
matter
have
of-
only been three
and the
times.
matter of serendipity when you arrive like with like a team that got the potential to win,
For sure.
and you're too young or too old.
For sure.
Okay, but like every
That's-
year, and you can see the consistency of like a player who has to compete with new gamers like every time.
Yeah.
Champions League is very difficult and
Yeah,
very
for sure.
Okay. So
The best club competition
so
in
now
the world.
so now you look at football and you look at the technicity of the players. You look at what they're capable of doing, and you leave behind the fact that this guy is Spanish or is French or is Brazilian. You just like the game,
Mhm.
right? We all love Diego Maradona, all right?
Mhm.
Almost all of us, right? Probably some people don't really like it, but if you like football, you love Diego Maradona, you love Pelé, you love Zidane, you love Yamal, you love like Ronaldo, Messi. Okay, you can have a preference. I prefer Messi than Ronaldo. It's subjective.
Mhm.
But I can absolutely never say that Ronaldo is not a great player, right?
Mhm.
So you're looking at those two players, and that's what you choose. Like, what is like, who is the best now? Who is like demonstrating the best skill, how to play relax and bring something plus to the team, it was Yamal. Okay? It was Yamal.
I hear what you're saying, but let's be honest, guys.
Yeah.
Yamal, 67th minute penalty, 54th minute scored that Topo goal.
And not everyone has the
Mbappe.
chance to play the World Cup. By the way,
Facts.
a lot of countries cannot play the World Cup in Africa and everything. They don't have the same chance to play the World Cup, although they have great players, and we have seen that for years, for decades, for centuries.
We got to go to France, but that's not true because Africa gets their own region into the World Cup. Like there's people in Australia who will never.
It's a matter
who
of
have a club who are the best club in Australia. They'll never play.
How many teams Europe can?
It's just Europe. So you're only thinking
how
Europe.
many teams for Europe can go to the World Cup? How many teams for Africa
Right.
can go to World Cup? How many countries there is in Europe? How many countries there is in Africa?
For sure.
All right, so see.
Yes,
it's not.
But you can't. But Champions League is only Europe, so there's no Africans.
But you know
There's
that.
no-
But look, you know that Champions League is like the epitome of soccer, just like
Club
the
soccer.
just like
Club soccer, for
just
sure.
like NBA is. If you want to be among the big gun, you have to go play for the NBA. If you want to play as a big gun, you have to go play in Europe. That's how it is. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
All right. It's not like the other championships or whatever are not good. They're great.
But again, I'm not even saying that good. I'm saying the World Cup brings the world. Champions League only brings Europe, and then little pieces of the world that are fortunate to make it to Europe.
World Cup bring
you
FIFA,
get
and I think that it is too much oddities to say actually right. Like it is a great competition. It's the most symbolic one.
It's the most historic one.
Historic one.
All
It
of
is also one of the most broadcasted one. Like the summer, it almost stopped everywhere in the world,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And he arrived it occurs every 4 years, so people are coming and they want to
Like
witness
the Olympics,
that.
right?
And you want to be a part of history, right?
Yeah.
Because every 4 years we're waiting for that for so long. But the Champions League.
Listen, I love the Champions League. I built this stream off of the Champions League, which I agree with. And the Champions League blew up off of those rivalries that we're talking about. You know what I mean? There weren't Pele Maradona was a rivalry. To go back on your Messi Ronaldo,
Pele.
They never got to really go head to head.
Pele was before. It was like
he was before,
but
Ronaldo was before Messi too. Ronaldo's 4 years older than Messi.
I know.
Ronaldo established himself.
I know, but at the moment where he's really at his top level, in the same time Messi is at his top level too.
Mbappe, Yamal.
As you say, it is too early yet to know if he is at his top level and if he has to support a team just like Mbappe does right now.
I agree.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. To use your own argument.
Yes.
Okay.
But I agree.
Yeah.
But right now, while he doesn't have the pressure of being the captain, the person who has to win for them, he is doing it at Yamal, and he's doing it at the highest level, at a level as high as Mbappe. They've played 4 Clásicos this year. Yamal's won them all. They've now played here. Yamal's won them all. And Yamal is the young one we're worried about. Mbappe's already at his prime.
So you agree with me, Ian?
Yeah, no. I agree that they won. But to say Mbappe wasn't there?
I didn't say he was not there.
Oh, what did you say?
I say there's one that show up more than the other today.
Mm.
And I think that even if you consult specialists and they give a grade on that game, I'm pretty sure that Yamal will have a better grade.
Let's see. We got that right here.
And by the way, Keys,
Yamal 9.5.
He's talking about the national team can still qualify. I mean, there's a lot of teams. I remember in the past, like in Manchester, they had this guy. This great guy was Park
Ji-sung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great South Korean. Yeah.
His team qualified.
Okay, his team qualified.
Yeah, they played in the World Cup.
He played the World Cup. But there's a lot. I'm thinking about players like that were isolated. It was not so much of them. There was him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Nakata in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, and the rest of them we don't remember so much. Yeah, the team could still qualify in the Asian confederation.
Yeah.
But
that
they
could have the opportunity to be a big team in the World Cup.
They had great visibility and more also support because they were playing in the Champions League.
South Korea had more support because they had one player playing in the Champions League.
No, I'm saying that they had more visibility and
The
more
players,
yeah,
the individuals.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
probably
sure.
also more support, not from themselves, but like worldly speaking. And people are saying, "Oh, I like this team because they got this player that I know that you can actually see playing."
Yeah,
All right, the rest of them, like, can you give me the name of like a Korean player?
yeah. I mean, now or
No, but now it's a bit easier.
now we know. Yeah,
Okay, but
but that's just exposure. That's media. That's what we're doing here.
All right.
We're trying to expose people
so
to different.
that's
people.
what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like the World Cup is every 4 years you have exposure of like the best player of the national team,
Mhm.
right? And I think that like there's a matter of fact, like there's a matter of chances, like if one big player get injured or he get in the end of his career or whatsoever. But on the long run, the Champions League, which is like the most challenging competition of the world in soccer, shows the best in every position every year. You have to be Cafu to play Milan all these years. Maldini. Do you know what it takes to have do you know the pressure they have? Like we're not talking about like media pressure. We're talking about like training every day, 2 games a week.
I see
Physical
what you're saying. You're
preparation
saying
and
it's
everything.
it's the best form of football
It's the best
because they're
it's not,
training.
It's not only
they're-
the best form of football, but it's also the most challenging. And like, on the long run,
I
you
can't
have to
say
see-
challenging because I feel like it for me because these are two tournament style tournaments, right? And a tournament where you only get to play in it every 4 years, and you only get to be with your national team for 2 weeks, 4 times a year to lead up each year to lead up to the. I think that's harder. It's harder for France to gel than it is for Xavi Alonso to, be with his team for a year and get them to work the best. So when I say like the most technical football, probably Champions League, right? But the hardest to win a World Cup, impossible. How many people? Real Madrid three-peated the Champions League. I think did Brazil three-peat or did they go 1-2 skip? Brazil might have three-peated back when there was lower competition.
No, they did not.
With Pele, Pele was 19, he won, and then 4 years later, 2 in a row, and then maybe they dropped, and then. But that's what I mean. Like the highest winning team in World Cup history is Brazil with 5. The highest winning team in Champions League history is Real Madrid with 16, 15. Like they have the opportunity every year. Mbappe loses. It's not like, fuck, I got to wait 4 years to try this again, like he did for France and the World Cup. He gets to go back at this next year. So I think the pressure of the World Cup, there's nothing like it. It's the biggest event, the spectacle, billions of people watching.
That's what Keys is saying too, and it's like talking about the fact that it unites people, generates a lot of capital, a lot of attention, a lot of things.
I'm glad you're reading these comments. Sorry, Keys.
I'm reading comments.
Yeah.
I'm saying also that there's something that I can put like on the World Cup side is the fact that before the competition, you actually have a break, and the fact that you have this break can make it challenging for certain players who are on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel like,
you got to keep playing.
You keep playing. You have the championships. You have everything, and it is during the season. But the World Cup, actually, you have a break that can be difficult.
Hey, Joe Baba, appreciate your sub, brother. Yeah, it can be difficult.
The subtitle?
No, subscribe. We got more subscribers in here. That means they like the conversation we're having, and it's a good conversation. I
want people also to break into to come in the conversation and talk about it.
Oh, Keys is in. Keys is locked in, baby.
But I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
No, for sure.
I want to tell you, so the fact that there's this break between like 2 major competitions for the players make it challenging for some players because they are like taking a break. We know that too.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, if you have a job to do, when we're at school, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, at school, you have an exam.
You're working. You know everything.
You're working everything.
Take 2 weeks off. You almost forget everything. For sure.
You get like a pressure, and sometimes this pressure doesn't even help you to recover. So that must be challenging, and I know. And sometimes you're playing in a team where like you don't like your teammates.
Yeah.
It's not the compo that you like or whatever, So, but because it is more generational, I think it's not that it's like the question is it more complicated, less complicated? I just think that overall it is more challenging to win a Champions League, that it is to be a World Cup. Because even though, like, clubs in the Champions League, they kind of have all the same money. Like
Yeah.
when you arrive at quarterfinals, like A-finals.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Most it's always typically the
In
big
the
clubs.
nations, it's not the same.
Except for
And
Jordan
I was
Denver.
talking about South Korea.
Mhm.
Look at the last World Cup.
Mhm.
They did great.
South Korea
And
balls.
they didn't have the length of the bench.
No.
Their big team
They had
was
some
tired.
stars. Yeah.
They were tired.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
drained.
You need the federation to
Okay,
build.
well,
you
take
up.
a team like France or take a team like Spain
Mhm.
or Portugal. Portugal had a great bench.
Mhm.
You know, like those teams.
Portugal's
they
one of the best teams to not win
Okay,
this World Cup.
well, they can roll.
Right.
All right, they can roll, and that's same for African teams.
But let's bring it back to the rivalry, because that's where you went with this. You were like, we were talking about rivals, and I think I finally countered with, well, we did have Pele, Maradona, and even though they were kind of different generations,
Right.
I think Pele was undeniable, and then nobody had seen anything since him, and then they were like, until we saw Maradona. And then suddenly they didn't even really play against each other,
look,
but they did play against each other in a couple of South American games. But it became, all right, who's better, Pele or Maradona?
Look,
We've always wanted a rival.
Like the rules of like transfer in soccer did not change until like the mid 90s, which means that by the time that Pele and Maradona were playing, only 2 foreign players were allowed in clubs. You couldn't have more than 2 or 3
that's true.
foreign players.
Right, foreign players
in a club.
Yeah.
Like Maradona was playing for Napoli, for example. I don't know, like maybe 1 or 2 others, like probably were not Italian. The rest of the team had to be Italian.
Yeah.
Okay? It changed after Bosman in Europe.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And this is why France won the World Cup in '98, by the way, because all of a sudden their best players were all playing outside. Deschamps was in Juventus, Zidane was in Juventus, Henry was like in Monaco. But like then right after he went to Juventus and then Arsenal.
Trezeguet was somewhere. Trezeguet
was in Monaco too, but and then he went to Juventus. But like a lot of like player either were they were playing outside of France and they were like having these things. Thuram was in Parma.
Right. But so what are we saying though?
So I'm saying that like when we're taking examples such as like Pele, Maradona, whatever, already these kind of like the hegemony that they had in club was different because the competition was not so high in terms of like transfers of players. But when you look at now, you got guys from Brazil, Argentina, like Colombia, Brazil. You got with German, Italian,
for
French,
sure,
Spanish,
everywhere. American.
We have all, but it doesn't like. I'm not laughing about American whatsoever.
No,
because
no,
a great
no,
player
no.
is a great player.
Great players. But that's the point. A great player is a great player, whether he's 17 or 27.
But by the way, to jump on that, you will recognize that like for a guy that will actually be American, to be in a European club and play the Champions League, it's much more difficult for him to make himself, like to dig a hole in the wall and being there than being like the captain of his national team.
Yes.
As soon as he plays for in a European like club and he's like, on the field all the time, he's gonna have like visibility for his own national team, right?
Yes.
And he can make it. And with that, if they can like pass the qualification, whatever, they participate to a World Cup. But with all the stereotypes that we know, like a guy from Canada, a guy from United States, to join like a great European club, or a Bayern or Madrid or whatever, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Right.
It's going to be extremely difficult.
And it's funny you say that because now it's happened. But now that it has happened, and we've had an American Champions League winner, we've had a Canadian who's been one of the best players on Bayern for the last 5 years. Those teams, when they come back to America and they come back to their club, they're actually performing worse than the national teams performed when none of their players were going to Europe, or only some of their players were going to Europe. So there's an interesting
we're still in this like kind of like system where there is no horizontality. right?
Uh-huh.
There is no horizontality. You were talking about that when you were talking about like female World Cup in your podcast. When you say like, okay, American female soccer has been having the hegemony for all time long.
Yeah, U.S.
But
women
now
steamrolling.
Now the gap is kind of reducing, right? The gap is not yet reducing in matter of clubs in soccer. It is not quite reducing
In terms
yet.
of like bringing in Americans or
like
or North Americans.
Northern American like soccer club cannot compete with the European clubs right now.
So it's what a segue. Yo, Club World Cup needs to pay us. FIFA, y'all need to pay us because I agree with you. But maybe we'll see something different this summer at the Club World Cup.
This is why.
This is exactly what we want to see.
This is something that to be promoted.
Yeah.
The fact that there's like the Club World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
and then Seattle is going to play who? Botafogo.
Yeah,
I think
Seattle
it's like
plays Botafogo.
Brazilian club.
Seattle actually plays. They play Botafogo first.
That's what I'm
Atletico Madrid second. They're in the same with PSG.
So what?
They're gonna get worked.
Okay,
they're not even good in the MLS.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Like, that's what we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That we want to see the gap now.
We do want to see.
And
the
also,
gap.
like, we want to see the gap if they have their team, like their best teams. Okay.
Yes.
We want to see the gap if there is this best team. It's not if they got like the newbies who are there for the summer. They go on tryout against like American team, for example. But if it's the case and they get roasted, I'm gonna tell you, man. We'll go back on that podcast, and I'm telling you, the gap between clubs among like the world as a whole, it's not yet like reduced in terms of like nationwide soccer.
No, I agree with you.
And
there is a gap, but I will say, and this is something that the World Cup does very well. The styles of soccer are regional. And so technically, when you talk about investment and you talk about infrastructure, Brazil and Argentina should not be some of the best soccer nations in the world, but they are. And they aren't because of their clubs. They are because of the World Cup. And so I think the thing that the Club World Cup is going to do,
I disagree.
I know you disagree, but Palmeiras has played in Palmeiras, Flamengo. A lot of Brazilian teams have played in the club. The Club World Cup's not brand new. Club World Cup's always been around. But the difference is now they're making it a tournament.
I disagree with the statement because
Palmeiras has never beaten Real Madrid.
I disagree with the statement because like the quality of soccer, it does not solely depend on infrastructure investment.
I see what you mean.
On the fact that you have like a culture of soccer. Because if it was the case, if it was investment and infrastructure, now Saudi Arabia should be one of the top-notch soccer championship in the world.
Well, it doesn't happen overnight.
No,
you need investment, infrastructure, and you need time to develop players. But Saudi Arabia, remember, smacked Argentina in the face the first game of the World Cup, Qatar.
But look, when you watch a game, there's no one single game. There's no one single game. There's one single game? No. There's one on the pitch.
On the pitch. Not the peach.
Not the pitch.
The pitch.
And there's one in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
All right? When you go watch, and you went to Houston, say great, like people like soccer here.
Yeah,
like they're
good,
like good,
rich soccer culture.
They got like good infrastructure. Good team with guy that can play.
Good team.
All about the public.
Nobody's interested.
All right, like
but that's a different thing.
Okay, like Argentina, Brazil, UK.
But also Iceland, Croatia.
Croatia.
The football infrastructure.
Romania. Whatever. Like you go.
Ghana.
Turkey.
Fenerbahce.
Whatever the weather, whatever the time of the day or the night, stadium is full.
Exactly.
Right.
But you've never seen Turkey get further than, I don't think I've seen Turkey in the knockout rounds, let alone in the World Cup.
But look, they had a great team. I remember like they had like some kind of like great team with Akan Sukur, and there was like the striker whatsoever,
He says, love the accent. The peach. The peach. I don't know why it's not.
Thank you. I would like to have people that love the accent more. When I get passionate about something, I get
no, for sure. But that is.
But wait.
Okay.
On that point, you have to consider like the politics of a nation about how much they're gonna bring in for you to build a team. You have to cut off corruption,
which Argentina never did.
No, yes,
Brazil,
yes, it did.
Argentina?
What do you mean? Like, yes, they did.
You remember Argentina was one of the most corrupt nations. They
No,
were
but
sports
look,
washing.
no,
They were
I'm talking-
Nazi
I'm
supporters.
I'm talking about no, they were not Nazi supporters. They were just
They
like,
had Nazi supporters in their government during the time that the World Cup came to their country.
No, they have a politic of non like how we call it extradition. So when the Nazi escaped Europe
And go to
and they went
Argentina.
like also Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil.
No, but they
Yes,
had
they
actual,
had-
no, yes, for sure.
Okay,
but they
so-
had actual public officials
But
who were
a lot also in the United States also.
everywhere.
Okay,
But that's
no,
what I mean.
all
So
right,
that doesn't
but-
make or break your
no, but
footballing
I'm
nation.
talking about the corruption within the game, within like the culture of the game.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm talking about like the different choice that we make to create like a national team.
Mhm.
And people can go and check by themselves how many times one player would have been preferred over another one. Also
Facts.
for
Facts.
political like preferences.
Political
Benzema.
preferences. Yeah.
Benzema.
Well, Benzema was more of a scandal.
No,
That's scandal.
but like the politician got involved and say that it was like a national disgrace and that he cannot represent France because of what he was involved in,
Sure.
even though the case was not done.
It was dismissed.
All right.
and- yeah.
So there's like many situations like that. I want to say,
Yeah.
okay, I want to say that the club don't fucking deal with this kind of issue.
Yeah. Right. But don't you think that makes it better? So
I'm-
like LAFC.
I think that like someone who is playing for the club
Mhm.
knows that he's playing also for his paycheck at the end of the month.
Mhm.
He has to be there. That's gonna be a lot different and especially for people who are coming from third world countries who have a lot of people to feed.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
When they play for the national team, it's peanuts.
Right.
All right. So when you want to be in that game, you want the longevity of this career, like a Modric.
Mhm.
Okay, you have like a nation to carry on your shoulders for sure.
Yeah. The
But
Croatians.
But in the same time, you're an iconic player of the main team in the world, and you have to do that at least for 10 years long.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
we're not talking about this guy is going to Milan. You told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Modric going to Milan.
He's not going to play in Qatar. He's not going to like retire.
Yeah. He's
in
made
Saudi-
his money. Real
Okay.
Madrid paid.
It doesn't. It's not for the money, I guess.
Right.
I think
he's
it's
a baller.
like
He's a baller.
exactly. And why does he do it?
But
And I'm telling you, because you want to.
because he has that culture.
You
know?
have
Yeah.
this culture.
Mhm.
You want to set yourself among the elite, and I think the elite is in the Champions League. And I think, by the way, guys, if you're like still here and listening to that conversation,
There's a
that
lot
would-
listening to us.
All right, I like that. I think that we should like shoot a poll right here and like say, what do you think is the most important competition between Champions League and the World Cup? And we're not saying, and because like I know everybody loved the World Cup. Me first, we won 2. Okay, I'm very proud of it. Okay, but like let's talk about it. What is the most important competition? Ballers knowing, the most important competition in soccer.
That
Is
one's
it
a
like
tough one.
World Cup or Champions League?
That one's a tough one.
You can throw that right now.
I'm going to throw this poll. There's 10 people on right now. So I'll throw this poll. This will be the last poll, but I think I'm actually going to clip this out and make a video for Instagram because I think it's a good question. It's a good question. But I want to go back to really quickly the gap between clubs. And I think that the gap between clubs has more ordinarily been because there has been a separation in them. There hasn't been an event like the Club World Cup where these clubs can actually play each other. You can be on the field with Modric and go, oh shit, like I'm faster than him. Or, oh shit, like all we need is this, and that. And I think the Club World Cup gives an opportunity for team. When I went to Brazil and saw Flamengo play, it is some of the best ball I've ever seen live.
Yeah.
I really want to see them play in a bracket style tournament and play these other teams because shit, I think PSG, I think Bayern, I think some of these big European clubs, Inter, might get surprised. Like, oh shit, like Monterrey, Inter might get smacked up by Monterrey just because of how they press and hustle and stuff. They don't play the same way in Europe.
Exactly.
So I mean, when I talk about regional play, I really think it's important because when I watch Argentina play, well, let's not even say that. When I watch Brazil play Panama, you think they should destroy Panama. But it's always a tight game because there's fouls, there's different types of play. Versus when Brazil plays Belgium or Brazil plays Croatia, even though in the recent years it hasn't been good, we've seen Brazil smack European teams.
But hey, two things. First of all, if you say that, then you know like the preference for a player because so quote unquote is coming from there or comes from there is bullshit.
What do you mean preference?
When you say like, you know, I've been like watching a game like Panama, United States, and it was like crazy or whatsoever, you know, and you like the game. You see like, you know, of course you're gonna
still
support,
exciting.
You're
it's
gonna,
not the same
you're
type
gonna
of ball.
support because like you're American, of course. But in that type of player, if you like the game, you just like recognize this guy got talent and I like him.
Period. Right.
But that's one thing. Second things, where you say like about like the gap between clubs, right? And we're talking about actual gap between clubs because of infrastructures also, but because of culture.
Infrastructure is important, but not the most important. Because America's had a great infrastructure, probably one of the best in the world.
Exactly.
Well, no. Infrastructure is not the right word. America has had money, and they've been able to put a little bit of that money into. But we don't have a great infrastructure because infrastructure also includes recruiting, and America don't recruit Americans.
It's not even recruiting.
Yeah, scouting for sure.
It's also having school of soccer. Like when you go to France or you go to Europe in general.
I don't think that's important because I don't think Brazil has a school of soccer, bro.
Yes, they do.
No, their school is in the streets.
No.
Keys, let us know. Brazil don't have a Clairefontaine. Brazil
of course they do.
No.
Of course they do. All the clubs in Brazil, they have like all the clubs.
They have academies and stuff like that.
In neighborhoods and everything, they have like little, like, you know, what I call school is like the kids get like training with coach, and they're like followed like different ages. You know, it's like in France. It is like that in France. You're in France. You go like you're like 5 years old. You start to go in your village, every communes, like every little like towns or whatever. City. In a city, you can have multiple clubs.
What you're saying has organized.
And it's organized.
Schooling. And I don't think it's like that in Brazil. I think in Brazil it's like
I'm sure they have that.
Yeah.
By the way, you see that, like, for example, like, I'm sure that you can go in those archives and see, like, Neymar playing for little clubs or whatever. Anyway, I'm telling you, what is lacking in America is a culture of soccer, right?
Yeah.
But to go back to your point, because we always make, like, digression.
We digress.
Okay, I want to tell you, like, if you take a country like France, who does not have, like, such a culture of soccer like Brazil, Argentina, or even UK, were like really like countries where, you know, they leave soccer in a way. I'm sorry, guys, I'm saying soccer because I live here.
It is soccer.
So
it's soccer. It's football. It's a toilet. It's a loo. It's all the same.
But like when we're talking about those countries like Brazil, Argentina, UK, even Mexico, you know,
Mexico,
right? France doesn't have that level of like aficionados.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
there's so much other things to.
But yet, it is still the number one sport.
Yes.
In France, and it's still like a very important sport in France, and it's very like we're very culturally oriented toward football in France, right? You have great teams, but look, you have the culture, you have the great club, and when you have the culture, the great clubs, and the investment, you see the gap between the first, which is PSG, and the second club. Every year, there is a big gap, number of points between PSG and the second and the third.
For sure.
All right?
Yeah.
So you see that gap.
Yeah.
That gap is the result of a combination of money, investment, culture, and visibility.
Yeah.
Right? When you look at the World Cup, you have that. As I was saying, like, look, we do have academy, of course, but in the small city leagues, there are lots of free coaching programs. Free coaching programs. Yeah. Kids organize themselves probably to play.
That's kind of what I mean by it. It's like it's not like European. It's not like European. I think it's kind of like what you're saying. It's more cultural. It's more my dad's going to go play. We're all going to go down to the park or the street, and we all play all day, all night, and it's competitive. Yeah. I think that's the culture in South America. I don't know about Argentina.
This is being you show up, you train with the coaches, and then have a scrimmage.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Like in France, it is not like that.
You're being taught. You're being taught skills. You're being taught skills. And that's what I mean.
And by the way, like the Ministry of Sports, that you will call here like State Department of Sport and Youth, is in charge of sport, of all sports,
All
in France,
sporting.
educations, and you have like official referees, you have clubs, uniforms, kids are going, and since like I'll say like 5, 6, maybe 5, 6, until veteran, what we call veterans, like beyond 40, 41, 42, you can be in the same club, and you've been followed, and you have training. You have like
Right.
training like 1, 2, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay, it depends of like the policy of your club,
Right.
whatever. But you have an education that doesn't come only with soccer. They tell you like like you respect,
Right,
you
yeah.
say hello, so they
It's
don't
like a
only teach you
Boys and
only
Girls
soccer.
Club a little bit, like it's somewhere where you go in your neighborhood, in your town, in your, to go and learn and to go grow, to be developed.
But look, he used to say like escolinas or escolinas.
Escolinas.
We play
Yeah,
against
you're
other soccer
playing with your schools.
Yeah, all right.
Playing out.
But look, there is something. There's some kind of. You don't have that in America. In America, what's happening? You go to school when you're a kid,
You pick your sport,
and you pick your sport,
and
and then you have practice, and then you play for the school whatsoever. But you cannot.
same thing. It's the same thing. It's
no.
just not the biggest sport in America.
But
So some of the best athletes
you
are
don't
also
have-
playing the
no,
football.
you don't have the culture there. When I was a kid, when I was like 8 years old,
Mhm.
if I don't want to play in my hometown, I can play with a different hometown.
Mhm.
I don't have to belong to one school or whatsoever.
Right.
The culture of like whatever I want is already there. I'm going to be formatted anyway. But in here, it's just like if you don't live in a good neighborhood in America, you might not even have a soccer team.
Fact. So if you're talking about range, absolutely. But if you're talking about if you want to play soccer, or if your mom knows you want to play soccer, there are and have always been since before I was born in America. There's been an infrastructure of some form of schooling, like you can go to a soccer academy, IMG academy. Now it's not on every block. Far stretched, but it's there, and because I did it too. I mean,
far stretched.
What do you mean far stretched? Like it's just too far away, or
it's not like you. Okay, right. You know what?
Like,
you know
look
what?
at this.
You know right. If you want to find like a needle in a haystack, you can spend time. You're finally gonna find it. Maybe it's gonna take you time, right?
But again,
look,
it's not a needle in the haystack. It's more of it's more of an interest going forward. No, hold on. Give me this because I want you to see this. It's about investment in terms of interest. Everybody's invested in football and basketball. You have a basketball court on every block, right? Right. Soccer, you do have the same thing in America. You have places you can go play. Now, do you have to pay? Yes. That already takes it down.
I don't think that like we're talking about the same thing when we're talking about culture, because you are talking about like something that where you have to go, where versus me, I'm talking about something that when it comes at you. That's what it is in culture, right? Like there's a culture of basketball in America. It's everywhere. People will catch you with this. When you go to France, we have, as I say, not like as like UK, whatever, the culture of like soccer, whatever, but it's still like a big culture things. So when you move to a town, you go to the city office, the city, how do we call it, like the
town hall, city council,
whatsoever, and you say like, oh look, I like to play soccer, I like to play rugby. Do you have any association? They give you a list of clubs.
Same in America.
No,
same in America.
I could never.
Look at this.
I could never find that.
Look at this. And that's the problem. And that's why Eat, Pray, Ball is here. I want you guys to see this. This is me. This is YMCA. What is it? Young Men, Children Association of America. I don't know what YMCA stands
young
like.
men,
Christian.
Yeah,
I think it is Christian. Young YMCA stand.
Christian American. I told you.
Young Men's Christian Association. So it's just a sport club that was kind of founded on the basis of religion, but it's just our version of sporting.
You don't have the same for seniors. You don't have the same
for seniors. Yes.
No.
Yes, there are men who play in this in the YMCA.
No. Okay, look.
Yeah. Hold on.
You're gonna show me where they play. For example, in Koreatown, in Los Angeles, where I'm from.
Mm-hmm. AYSO Men's League. I play on one right now. It's called ACP.
Is it YMCA?
It's not YMCA, but it's a club. It's a club. It's a soccer club.
Look,
and
when you come to America,
Yeah.
and you're trying to find a place where you can play for a club, it's very competitive. It is not well organized. First of all, the thing that
But organization is different than actually.
But that's culture.
stood
That's
up.
culture, bro.
But again,
when you
soccer
and I,
is not the
you
biggest
and-
sport in the world.
but
So,
it's-
and I mean the biggest sport in America.
No, but
so
you-
it's not. You can't call it a cultural. It is cultural.
But you're debating on like how it's organized. I'm telling you how this culture is coming at you, not necessarily like you come to something. You can acquire culture,
But
no
you still
problem.
have to go and look for it. And you're just saying it's disorganized to look for it, which I agree.
It's
But it's disorganized because there's so many other things. You can go to YMCA for swimming, YMCA for gymnastics.
no.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying
Like-
disorganized because even when we were in Glendora,
Mhm.
remember you and I were doing the tryout in Glendora,
Yes.
right? The guy's like telling us, and by the way, he's already have a team. He doesn't have a second team. Okay?
Yes, that club does.
Okay, but like most of the time they don't have a second team. So you have like 50 or 60 guys who all expect to play.
No, they
The-
can go to different places to
Alright.
play. They can't. They don't have to go to this one club,
But-
and that's what I mean.
But
It's like-
look, and
yeah.
by the way, they don't have like regular training. In Glendora, they didn't have that.
True.
The guy to tell
That's
us like,
very
you know, hey, you guys, you need to keep training, you know, and because we got this game at the end of the week,
yes,
right? This is not soccer culture. Soccer culture is like you have a team.
no,
2 or
that's
3
French
times.
soccer culture.
No,
Because
they have
no,
that. They have that
and
over there too.
no, Keys can tell you, like you're not going to your escolinas and you're seeing also grown men playing at your escolina and they're training every day because they're playing for this club or escolina. That seems like a very European thing because they do that in the UK too.
Yeah.
I think that's like huge in the UK.
Yeah.
You go, it's a neighborhood club.
Yeah.
You got grown men playing for
Exactly.
it. You got kids playing for
Exactly.
it. And then if you're a kid who plays on the grown men team because you're good enough, you get scouted by somebody higher and suddenly you get a move to Arsenal or something like
Exactly.
that. 100%. That's
Right.
but very European. That's not even a South American thing. And like I said, South Americans are the ones with more World Cups than the Europeans. See what I mean? So it's like like I said,
I'm not sure.
it's a regional cultural thing, and we have to establish whatever our culture is. The issue with America.
Keys is saying most players come from local clubs in Barcelona, so they
Yeah.
do have like a local club just like us.
We have local clubs in America. We have local clubs.
Come on.
We have America local clubs,
Come
and then
on.
we have the college
I've
system.
been
That's the
living
one thing you don't
I've
have.
been living 3 years in Ohio.
Yeah.
Could never find a club.
Yes, and I agree with you. It's spread out amongst like Ohio is Midwest, right? So it's football.
So you recognize.
It's football.
But
But
look,
again, but that-
bro,
I'm not telling you that
You
it's-
recognize that, like for example, if you are coming from the Midwest
Mhm.
as a kid, you might find a way to play soccer, but you know at some point, if you're very good, whatever, you're gonna reach a level, a plateau,
Yeah.
where either people cannot, you don't want to play with these people, they're so bad,
Mhm.
or you will have to leave your family, try your chance somewhere else or whatever, because they don't have the infrastructure and they don't have
But
the
which is
culture.
the same in France.
No.
At some point, Kylian had to leave Monaco to become Kylian.
No, it's not the same. He was an adult. I'm talking about
He
the
was
kid.
17.
I'm
was
talking. I'm talking about kids. He was already a
But
professional.
even
17.
kids, but that's what I'm saying. If you want to go be a professional, if you want to go play at a higher level,
No,
you got to
I'm
go to a
talking.
higher level.
But like you,
Which-
between the time between six years old and 16 years old is
Mhm.
long.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And you have like a love to play, but like you cannot like be discovered by any club or chase or whatever if you're in a place where they don't even have a culture of soccer. They'll get scouted from Escolinas. Scouted from Escolinas. What scouted is?
Most players come up from local clubs in Brazil. No one gets scouted from Escolinas, at least not what I've seen. So look, that means they're playing in Escolinas. They're just like developing their culture. That's the culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then they have to go to a club in
Yeah.
order to get scouted and then go on the track.
A local club.
That is
a local
club.
All right.
right.
So it's kind of the same as us.
Okay.
Same for like
Yeah.
you go in a club
Mhm.
and you play in the Escolinas. That would be Escolinas.
Mhm.
You know, and then you can play in the
A local club.
The local. You
So-
can play in the same team, but you can also change
Right.
because.
But I'm saying in America's
we have
system
different
is
we
that
have different level within the local,
for sure.
right?
But we do too.
And like for example, like when you go to Paris, for example, you
Yeah.
got guys that play in the first league,
Yeah.
second league,
Yeah.
national, amateur, yada yada yada, until like departmental, like would be like the county-ish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is here too. It's just not as spread. It's not every
And
town.
I'm not saying that you don't have that here.
But that's
I'm
what I
saying
mean.
that because it's not the culture,
Yeah.
to find it out, it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You don't even
But-
have like the things where you guys are going in the locker room. You say like you get the talk before the game, the training, and then you guys are staying together and you know each other or whatever. You know, it looks like you guys are all joining a big pickup game, like where you barely see each other during the week.
Yeah.
You do one game.
But again, you're talking about different things because you're talking about amateur football, where if you're talking about youth development, the youth development is we go to our escolinas, aka YMCA, right? And then we go and we develop there, and either YMCA turns into travel team, right, where you travel to different parts of your state to go. And if you're good and you become 16, you can now start to apply to colleges, and then colleges become that filler. And that's the issue. And that is an American culture, college culture, but it's the same thing as like having a club, right? It's the same. It's you know, now I can go and play for USC. USC doesn't have a men's soccer team, so let's say UCLA. And now I have the opportunity to get scouted by the MLS, and even now.
And you have a certain time to do that. Although, like for example, France, you were talking about Frank Ribéry. He was like discovered very late.
He was, but he wasn't like playing amateur ball at 22 years old. Yeah. He was.
Yeah. 22. It was like when he was like in the World Cup, right? 22 years old.
He was young in the World Cup. Remember 06?
In 2006, I think he was like 22 years old.
Yeah, so he's in the World Cup.
Okay.
What club was he playing for?
He was playing for.
He was at a big club. He was
in a professional club, of course.
It wasn't Leo.
It was not
Let's
Leo.
see.
Marseille. It was Marseille.
Really?
Yeah, it was Marseille.
Yeah.
Anyway, Keith,
so the thing is, what I think I'm getting hung up on culture because this is something I try to preach. Actually, we've had pockets. It's not national and it's not effervescent throughout the whole nation like yours is, or Brazil, or any other country, right? Because here, football is the biggest sport. American football is the biggest sport here. And then after that, it's probably baseball or basketball, and then American football.
No, I mean, I know it's big, but like basketball is big too. I don't.
Not as big as football. Really? Yeah, I mean, you watch the NBA Finals and then watch the Super Bowl. Completely different things.
Again.
Yeah.
If like the NBA would benefit from the same like investment as the Super Bowl, would they? You know, it's problem with broadcasting too.
And I don't know.
And by the way, people now are mad about American basketball because there are all those 3-pointers and the show is not so spectacular.
Exactly.
Anymore.
So the product is lacking.
But NFL will always be spectacular because it is violent.
Mm-hmm. That's the point.
And also because you always have like 2 or 3 providential like men on the pitch.
Right.
Pitch. Okay.
On that, it's the gridiron. It's the field.
You got the running back, you got the quarterback, and you got the cornerback, the wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
One of those 3 guys.
Yeah.
And probably a guy in defense is going to be a beast.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So,
the positionlessness, that's an interesting topic. The positionlessness of NBA is actually making the product less important. You know what I mean?
Yes, less important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like
But go back
I
to
think that like
is
we're moving a lot from the original question.
Oh yeah.
But I think I think that the main point is about culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think that wherever you go in Brazil, they leave soccer.
Yeah. For
you
sure.
also have those places where they can like you're not supposed to play soccer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like my mom is
here. You're talking about
my
here.
mom is from Caribbean, French Caribbean. I do remember in 2005. In 2005, I go visit my family in French Caribbean. You know.
Yeah.
And she's living in a very small village, you know, by the coast. And my cousin was saying like, oh, Sunday morning we're gonna play soccer with the guy.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you know, they want to play, they want to win, even for those like little small game. They give everything that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But before we play, we take off the cows from the field, and
what?
There was cows on the field.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was like not like smooth and everything. Like you can like break your ankle every time you run.
Yeah.
Okay. So those guys are playing there, and they're willing to be there and do that. Okay. They have this culture. They want to play soccer. You know, they love Brazil.
They love it. They
love everything. You know, they got this culture. They don't have that in here.
And that's kind of
culture is not coming to you.
That's what I'm arguing. They do have that in here. It's not
for basketball.
For everything. For soccer, all you need to go. The issue is you don't know where to look because you're used to a European style. But every time you talk to me, I'm like, I'm playing here. You're like, oh, where'd you find this club? It's
you
because
don't-
I know where
and,
to
I,
look.
and I've been asking you. You never tell me where.
I need to tell him. I
So
guess.
it's just like a gold mine. Like, hey, where did
But
you
it's
have like
not.
these gold?
You just.
And you're like, hey, you just have to find it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
you
It's
have
not.
to
You
find
just
it.
have to find it. It's
Bro.
just the culture is more.
Bro,
It's,
take me to the river. You got it.
the-
You know, I
it's-
want to find it
but
myself.
no.
But you at least.
But
need
that's
to
what I
tell
mean.
me
If
to
you
the
want to
river.
find it yourself, you need only to play.
So it's
that
not.
team-
It's not a culture.
you need only to play.
You
The
go-
culture is under. Let me say this: it's like subdural. It's underground. It's niche. The culture is niche. It's not, like I said, it's not global. It's not nationwide. Like, because what's your secondary sport in France?
Tennis,
Okay, and
Yeah.
and let's just say
rugby, tennis.
and do those same clubs that you go to play football have rugby programs or tennis programs? Exactly. So you have a whole.
In France, if you want to play a sport,
Mhm.
there's very like little sports where you will have to pay a lot of money. Like for example, like horseback riding will be like
Of course. Same in America.
golf.
Right? Golf.
Okay.
Tennis too is here.
But tennis, no.
Tennis, no,
you
it's
can
cheap there.
you will have like your €15 for a year.
Mhm.
15.
Yeah.
1-5.
Yeah.
Same for rugby.
Yeah.
When you're young, then it's gonna be like more expensive. Like for
course, as you get
senior,
older.
probably like for senior now, like
But-
you play soccer, it's
but-
gonna be 60.
But to my
60
original
euro.
question,
But like-
what is the percentage of people playing football versus playing rugby versus playing tennis? Or does everybody play football and then maybe some people will check out rugby
It's hard
and
to
check out
hard to say because first of all, there's a lot of young people who do like multiple sport at the beginning.
life?
Second is like football, got like probably like I would say 85%.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like people playing tennis. You have the people playing rugby. A lot of people that don't play football play rugby or handball.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist in America.
Yeah.
And then you have tennis, and then tennis becomes tennis and swimming. Swimming, a lot of swimming in the south of France, by the way, because people can train all year, and especially like outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would say that like in France, of course, the sport is also classified.
Mm-hmm.
Even if like the accessibility to the sport is not like in America where it's a matter of like really having money.
Or
But in America there is this aspect.
Yeah.
And it's racialized and classified more than other countries.
for sure.
If you want to play football, American football, school is gonna make it easier for you.
Right.
Same for baseball.
Right.
I see a lot of guys like playing baseball. They have those clubs in here. They're like playing. They have those little clubs. Their parents come to see.
Yeah.
Soccer in France is like baseball here in America. It looks like the organization is like that. But I don't see a lot of like adult leagues of baseball.
Right. I don't see adult leagues at all. You drop off.
You drop.
And that's what I mean. Like for tennis, maybe, like again, like you said, kids play all sports, but at some point, as you elevate, football becomes the most viable way to use sport to elevate your life or to get somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Here, it's American football.
Yeah.
Right?
And
So
the
even
career
if-
is very short.
and the career short.
Yeah.
Basketball too, but not in terms of the career short, but basketball in terms of it is another viable way, especially in lower income neighborhoods, to keep playing and elevate yourself somehow. You'll go to college or you'll become a coach at a school or something. It adds to it. Soccer, the culture here is you have that, but because it's not you're not making a lot of money if you get to the MLS. Traditionally, the MLS is also only 20 years old. Right? They had the MASL. They've had other iterations, but it's just not been popular enough to grow a team like a Marseille with history
I know.
and things like that, right?
But that's not
But
comparable.
the culture itself, and again, it's in pockets, but it's rich because we have Latinos here. Because America's a melting pot. Because we have Europeans here.
Again, I don't deny that, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I don't think it is a culture as the fact that it's not coming at you. It is not what is coming at you. When you come,
You
it
just
is
got
not-
too much coming at you. But I agree with you.
I
It's like,
will
Yeah.
to make a consensus here, like to be like literally agree with you a little bit. Is like we know for sure that America is a country of sport. You got a sport culture.
It's got a huge sport culture.
Huge sport
Everywhere.
culture.
Track,
Has been
field, all
influencing a lot of countries in the world.
Mhm.
Broadcasting sport is one of them.
Right.
However, it's not comparable. Like in matter of soccer, and not only
Yeah,
because
soccer
it's,
is just
it's
lower.
not, and not only because it's new, but it is also the way we feel about soccer. It is not the same. Even when you play the game here, And we were talking about like the fact that people are talking too much in here. I cannot bear that.
For the French, the UK would love that
Okay, but
because that's a very UK thing.
I hate it.
I know you
I
hate
hate
it.
it.
Italians probably hate it.
Like when
Yeah.
when I was in France, a lot of people have local clubs. That very very small town. People are coming to watch a game.
Yeah.
Okay, they were coming.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't
If you
happen.
talk about culture, that doesn't happen.
Wives and girlfriends of players.
Wives and girlfriends, yes,
Or
but like
coming.
if you're
What-
just interested in soccer, you wouldn't go to an amateur game and just watch.
Yeah.
I don't even do that.
So okay,
I
so
don't
it's
even do
not a
that.
culture.
So yeah,
It's not a culture.
I can't say it's not a culture, but that is a different
It's
form.
not a culture.
That's a different form because they don't do that for football players either.
But
They
look,
don't do that for
yeah,
American football
but,
players.
But like it's not. But like for soccer, that's important. Like when you go, like I'm talking about my own experience.
Yeah.
When you're in France and you are in a local club, like a very like small town,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very
Yeah.
very small town, like 3,000 people.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, you're gonna be in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Every week.
See, but when
Every week they're
every
gonna
time
talk
you
about
bring
it.
something up like that, I'm like, actually, they do that. They do that in soccer out here. You know, they do.
Which newspaper?
The LA Times. The LA Times.
Oh my
will
God!
be, congratulations to the Super Metro winners, XYZ.
No picture.
I know it's maybe not a picture, maybe a blurb, but again, it needs that influence. It needs somebody who works at the LA Times to know that they're. Hold on. Attends.
I'm just checking what
I have-
you say in the chat to the same time.
No, I think Instagram's dead. Our schooling comes from futsal. Futsal is a big one in Brazil. I'm
Of
glad
course.
Keith said that.
Of course, it's very technical.
And then the streets and the schools. I just think the European way is actually different than a lot of ways. And so I hear what you're saying, and I agree that it's not the same. But I cannot agree with you that it means that there's no culture, because even in Brazil, who has probably one of the best and biggest footballing cultures
They have the
in the
culture.
world, they don't have the same culture you're talking about that you're defining as culture.
No, they don't have the same organization, but they have the soccer culture.
Right, but
They
again,
have the culture everywhere.
yeah, they do.
They
Everybody
have, you go
loves
in a
football.
restaurant,
So-
you have like
so if you
pictures
mean-
of like
So
guys.
if you mean soccer culture means everybody in the country loves football more than any sport in the world, we don't have culture. But that's not how I define culture.
I'm not saying that like it's only that. I say like I will define culture in that matter of fact as something that is coming at you. When you're in America, that's not the thing that is coming at you. That's it.
What is
period.
coming at you?
America, you have the culture of the show. Like you
Of the
have
what?
a shows. Like like you really like have the show, like the celebrity culture, for example, like the stars, the stardoms and everything. That's something that you have like the culture here. Cinema, music, like show business is coming at you, right?
But
And then-
also sport culture.
and in
so-
sport culture, you have a lot of things like, for example,
college football.
NCAA,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere on TV,
Everywhere.
football, NBA, and
Baseball.
hockey and baseball.
I wouldn't say hockey.
But look,
Soccer culture is bigger than hockey
Of
culture
course.
here. Yes.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's maybe the point where I think.
you in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
go to the Midwest, they're crazy about like hockey, and they have like different season in America for those sports because they know it's more important. You know,
Wait.
they have like the season for football. That is not in same time season for basketball.
Right.
We're entering the season of like baseball, I believe.
Right.
right?
Baseball
Because-
season.
because
Yeah.
the summer,
Starts in the
yeah,
summer. Uh-huh.
And you also have like the season for hockey.
Yeah. And we
Right.
also have the season for soccer. Soccer starts in January.
Yeah.
At the end of football season.
Yeah, that's
You see what I mean?
who's watching sport in January?
What you mean? It's the Super Bowl is in February. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, like that's
Yeah,
that's
the
kind
end
of
of
the
the
thing.
season's in February.
the end of the season.
Okay.
And then you start
But
watching
in fall, which is the most important season in America, is fall.
football.
It's fall.
Yeah, it's
season.
fall.
It's fall. For everything.
For any
For
country.
anything.
For any country, fall season is the most important.
No.
Yeah, because that's when
Summer in France. Summer.
But that's not when the
Summer.
football season starts. Football
No,
season starts in the
No,
fall.
no, no, because you have it all year. It's the most popular sport. So he has like all the room, but like you have the Tour de France, you have Roland Garros, like tennis.
Yeah,
Like
but
right
we're talking about the biggest culture. We have all that too. We have cycling. You know, Lance Armstrong is one of the biggest Tour de France winners ever.
Can talk
Il est
about-
américain.
Can talk about like
He's
about this guy right now.
I mean, you can't, but I mean, we know whether he's doping or not. He's one of the biggest players in the sport. Tennis,
He moved from
Tennis?
this guy is dope
tennis.
to this guy is dope.
The guy is dope to doping. But tennis. So to your point, America does have a rich sports culture, and somehow because and I think that's kind of the point. I think one of the issues because soccer has been around in America for as long as it's been around everywhere else except for England. For as long we've been in every World Cup, Pele's played here. You know what I mean?
I know.
The reason it's not catching is because I think we're too thirsty to fit a European mold, or I don't even think we're trying to be South American. I think we're trying to be European. It's German and UK is how America, and that culture, how they do it over there, is not American culture. There's no colleges, which I don't particularly like college culture anymore, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But we have our own culture, which has helped us breed top athletes in track, tennis, golf, football. You know what I mean? It just hasn't caught to soccer because in soccer,
And you realize that you were just saying that there's a format, and if you cannot exist outside of this format, where in other places in the world where I don't know if it's escolinias or little clubs or whatever,
yeah,
there's still a way where you can make it out of like this like monetary system where you have to pay a lot of tuitions,
yeah,
or you have to be recognized and get a scholarship because you're a high talent.
that's not America.
You know what? Like
that's not America. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Thanks God they had their eyes on Michael Jordan,
right?
And
right.
Like I don't even
which
know,
was the college
system.
And
like probably good thing also that LeBron James, who decided to jump right away to the NBA, he didn't try to go through the university or whatever.
By that time, the sport was already established.
It was already established. Yeah. But in any case, you know what I mean? Yeah. Good thing that had an eye on him, because otherwise we would have never seen that. He would have could he have like a lot of people cannot have the even the GPA or whatever to join the university.
For sure. But again, that is in the sport culture, and you don't need a GPA to join the university.
No, because if you're good and you see that
they'll pay for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But
soccer, there's not enough money in soccer.
But the fact that there's not such mobility because it goes with your school education, and your school education goes where you live. Mm-hmm. And in a country that was segregated, we know that the chances were not the same, right? Mm-hmm. So it can be segregated for other reasons. The place you live, the school you attend, right? If you attend school or not.
For sure.
Right?
But that's global. Everybody's like that. Brazil, Pele was one of the first African Brazilians to play. Absolutely. One of the first. Not the very first, but one of them. True. Absolutely. Brazil didn't used to play African players. Yeah, as recent as 1950s, they had only had a handful of black Brazilians playing on the team.
All right. So I know that there was it was more challenging if you were black at that time. But it's not even only a matter of race. I'm talking about a matter of cool with it. I'm not making these things. When I say there's multiple ways you can be segregated in the school or in a system, and I'm not even talking about race.
Economics. It can be anything.
It's not only because of economics. I'm going to talk about something that is very important for an athlete or anybody that will be investing his life and time in specific activities. You have to be mentally or psychologically well to perform well. And certain schools,
but that's new.
No,
they didn't think about that.
But
in 1998,
but it's not because they didn't think about that. It didn't happen. Of course, you're not going to remember the guy who didn't make it because they were bullied,
right?
And because
some bad stuff was happening at home.
Yeah, because there were some bad stuff happening at home, or they were not doing well at school, and people were making fun of them. They were losing their confidence or whatever. You're not going to talk about those guys. You remember the story. Remember only the winners, right? And that's what is happening. And I'm telling you, the school system for that is not taking into account the fact that when your parents are living in certain neighborhood, they send you to that school, and you're going to play soccer in that school, and you don't have the alternative of a local club to exist, where you can be on the spotlight for a professional club or given the same chances. That's what I'm thinking about. The school system is a very closed system.
Yeah.
The recruiters are going to see okay, so I'm in the county, I got 12 schools to see. I don't have time for the local clubs.
For sure.
All right.
For sure. Okay. But that's just access. And it's from a place, America, which probably has the biggest sport culture in the world. it is not hindering any other sports other than football. That's all I'm saying. So track and field, the college system that does the same thing for them as for everybody else.
Yeah.
It doesn't hinder athletes like whoever, Michael Johnson or now Noah Lyles or Sha'Carri Richardson. They still made it through
Did you go to college?
despite they did go to college. So like it still works. And these people are coming from impoverished neighborhoods or low income or have mental health issues or whatever. They all have the same thing, but it's working for every sport but football. And I think the reason
Football or
is
soccer?
for soccer. Let me keep it at soccer. It's working for every sport but soccer. And I think the reason is because Americans don't see the money in soccer for whatever reason, but that's because the MLS is not making enough money, right? So if I'm a kid growing up, there's no idols at the MLS. There's no, oh man, that's a part of sport culture.
You know why?
You know?
Because like the most important players, it's also a sexist thing.
True. It's a girl sport in America.
It's a
girl sport in America. But again, even before the U.S. women's national team became so dominant,
I know
we had a men's team.
I know.
So I think it's less about trying to fit our culture inside of some of the cultures in South America or UK that we've seen be successful, and it's more about how do we get Americans on board culturally to see that soccer has the same fruit, bears the same fruit and even more fruit than a basketball or anything. Now let me say this, because this is the last thing we say. We got to get off the stream because we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. This guy is talking about accents.
Arantes no Nascimento. That's his name. Pelé.
Yes, exactly.
It's on Arantes. Huh?
The thing is,
we're close.
I don't understand people in Europe trying to diminish Americans' soccer knowledge and love by trying to make it an accent thing. It's not Pele, mate. I don't think you know how his name is pronounced because you're not Brazilian. So the fact that the fact that you don't understand what soccer, like why we say soccer, we got soccer from you, motherfuckers. I gotta be honest. Y'all used to, ASOC is what it used to be called in the UK, which was association football. Y'all called it soccer, or y'all called it association, which became ASOC, which became soccer. You gave North American soccer is the UK. It could have gone anywhere else.
It's right. Like
it doesn't make any sense.
Soccer is coming from football.
Soccer is coming from football association. Association football.
It's not coming from the fact that we're wearing long socks, and that's like many people believe. And we need to hand out this debate. Like, okay, it's football, but also even in Europe, they used to call rugby football.
And rugby came from a form of football and soccer in America. And no, I'm sorry, soccer came from a form of rugby and football, global football in America. That's how soccer was formed. Or no, I'm sorry. American football was formed from soccer and rugby.
Schalke got a bone to pick with you because I'm saying Pelé. You say Pelé.
Exactly.
When I'm French, I say Pelé.
He says Pelé. I said Pelé.
Pelé. You say Pelé.
Yeah, Pelé.
But exactly. I'm glad that you attack on your accent also because it's always me.
Yeah, it's like you're right. The attack on an accent. Come on, guys. We got to think a little bit outside of there. Love from India, Mark.
Love you, Mark.
Appreciate you, Mark. All right, we got to get out of here. We got another stream in less than an hour. We talked way too long.
You didn't like the conversation?
Brazil. No, I love the conversation. I love the conversation.
Thank you, Mark.
This was more of a podcast and less of a stream, but
now we have to do a podcast.
We got to do a podcast because this is soccer culture. This is a completely different thing than the watch party streams. But Keys, hopefully you come back in about 30. We're gonna jump on for Ecuador, Brazil,
and we're rooting for Brazil, of course.
I just want to see how Angelotti sets up this new team. I'm really curious. Like it just.
So you were like,
Brazil.
What, Ecuador?
I love Ecuador because I'm a Chelsea fan and Moy Caicedo, that guy.
Just because of
one player. That's it. That's all you need is one player.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? When I'm talking about Champions League and World Cup, you see what I'm saying?
No.
That's
because when you talk about World Cup, I'm looking at American players and then I can name all the players that I love. Okay. Right? Get out of here, man. We're gonna be throwing that question up. Whether Champions League is more what did you want to say is more difficult or more important? What's the qualifier that we need to call it?
I'll say that I'm gonna be very controversial here.
Now he wants to call it controversial.
The most important competition in soccer.
The most important. Okay, that's not controversial. What's the most important competition in soccer? Is it World Cup or is it Champions League? Again, two of our favorites, so it doesn't matter. But it does drive the
At the
question
end,
because
it's all love.
it's all love, but there's differences, right? Only one comes around every 4 years. It's more rare. Does that make it more important or less
Hey,
important?
Mark's asking if I know Indian footballer. I don't know Indian footballer. I know that Vikas Duraso, that used to play in the French national team, is Indian descent. But
Lamine
that's all.
Yamal, bro.
That's all.
Lamine Yamal. He's descendants of Indians.
But it's not India like soccer player.
No, it's not. He doesn't play on India.
What is lineup?
Mark, send us something. Oh, we also have this game today. Man, we got so much sports on today. America, sporting culture. We got big basketball games going on today. We'll watch it during the Brazil game. But we're going to get out of here. I think the game was over a while ago. Hoping for a great debut for Ancelotti. This man. Oh, that was Antonio. He said that. Antonio, we'll be back. We'll be back. We've been on the stream. This is the longest stream I've had, 3.5 hours. The World Cup's better, says Antonio. What was the podcast? We're talking about football culture, and I'm going to get this guy because I'm restarting the podcast anyway. We're going to drop it this summer, and we're going to dig all the way in. But hopefully this was a good little precursor for you. But let's get out of here because I want to see the sunlight before I'm back in here watching more sports. Oh, no, and it's 3 o'clock. I didn't post my video. I'm sorry. And I got a new video to post. This guy, talking my ear off over here. Yo, more coming. We're going to see Ancelotti's debut. Scapegoat. He's always my scapegoat. But tap back in with us.
Sorry. Scapegoat. Like the greatest of all time.
Scape Ronaldo. Scape Ronaldo is what you mean. Yeah. He's a Messi fan, yo.
Like Manon, you know?
He doesn't like greatness. He likes no, I'm playing. All right, y'all. Tap back in. Even you, Chalky. Come learn something about Americans' ball knowledge and Americans' love for the game. We've loved it as long as you guys have loved it. Whether we pronounce Pele like Pele or Pele. I just got an accent, big dog. Come tap back in with us. It's all love. Love from India, Mark. Love Keys. Love Antonio. We'll be back. Honestly, I'm gonna be back in like what it looks to be 15 minutes because the game is about to start. So we'll get that going. Otherwise, we'll tap back in very shortly. Keys, appreciate you. Another one. Hold on. Boom. Another one in the books. A great stream. A weird game. A weird Nations League semifinal, but ended up pretty much where we thought it should. 5-4 France and Spain. Sunday, big game, big final. We'll be here for that too. Tap out of here.